The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Monday, February 24th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do sign up with that promo code TCESGPN, you get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Rhythm is giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party. So go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
To the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Monday, February 24th. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell all your goddamn friends because the cash machine is here. Your boy has just been. I'm on a roll here. Made $500 today, 13-8 on those 21 bets, and we're rolling. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to. Well, my name is Colby Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man on his feet speaks with his fists and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
What a night. A day, night, whatever the fuck you want to say. We're rolling along. I'm on fire lately. And big statement game by TCE, the brand. I am joined. Bienick's not with us yet. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for the host of the Ride and Rush Show, and make sure you check out the College Basketball Experience pregame show each and every day. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. How are you, man?
Doing good. Yes. What a week in college hoops, winning week. Talk about this first game here shortly. Slick Rick. Cheers.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Let's just start talking about these fantastic games. The first game was actually, I was going to talk about Colgate, the system failing us as Loyola, Maryland. Look, the Vermont system is intact. The Colgate one, I'm just saying there's some issues with it. You're slapping. It's like an old fucking TV where you're slapping the side of it trying to get reception. Say, come on, with the bunny ears. Say, come on, TV, fucking work. I'll never forget it. As a kid, we had my dad was awesome. He was awesome at just throwing like neighborhood parties every Sunday for football. And it was a Seahawks Redskins game. And, we're all the whole neighborhood Redskin fans for the most part. And we're all over there. We're amped up. We're fucking amped up. This is our fucking year. I think it might have even been week 1. If not, it was like we're 2-0 and it's like week 3. So we're thinking we're fucking the glory days are back. Late 90s, if I had to guess. And, the TV starts to fuck up. Maybe mid 90s. TV starts to fuck up, and we're just like, shit. And my dad's go to him. I'm a kid. He's like, son, go fix the fucking TV, right? You get up there, start hitting that thing. But all of us were jacked. We could hear the broadcast. The kick is off, but we can't see anything. I'm slapping that fucking TV, and we finally get clear picture. And Steve Broussard, the running back for the Seahawks, is like 80 yards down it's a breakaway touchdown to open up the game. He's like already at the 20. We're just like, oh, okay. All right. No one knows about having that. The youth doesn't know about the struggle. I listened to that Colorado, Michigan Hail Mary game. I had a wager on that game in 94. I had to listen to that shit on the radio because regionality. They gave me the Maryland Wake Forest game over a top 5 matchup in college football, Colorado, Michigan. I think you know about regionality today, don't you?
Yeah. I was about to say, I didn't have a top 5 game. I just had a top 10. Maybe actually it might be a top 5 college basketball rivalry of all time. Purdue, Indiana, all time. Just disgusting trying to cram this women's basketball bullshit down our throats. They blacked out the fucking Purdue, Indiana game and put Richmond women's versus VCU women's. I was like, this like somebody's gonna be playing a prank on me. This can't actually be happening right now. No,
for VCU, Richmond aren't. They're not even powerhouses in women's basketball either. Even more hilarious.
I did learn that Richmond women are 15-1 in their league. So shout out to those women. But I didn't want to watch it.
No,
so
that's pretty fucking annoying.
It was on ESPN Plus, which I have. I wanted to watch Purdue at Indiana, a top 5 college basketball of all time. Yeah, I mean that was a kick in the dick. I'm not gonna lie, that was bullshit. So I'm trying to bootleg the fucking shit and get. I had some illegal stream up, but it kept.
Yeah. You got your Russian satellites intact, right?
Yeah, the fucking naked woman pops up. It's like, hey, come on, get out there later.
I'll watch you shit on her chest later. All right.
Like, hey, click here for 2 girls in 1 cup. It's like, oh, come on, get out. Let me just watch Indiana Purdue.
That's not Matt Painter. I don't think that's Matt Painter. Yeah, but the system scrambled a little bit. Colgate got their ass whooped today, man. I caught like a little bit of this game and it wasn't even worth me investing my time, and Loyola was just putting it on them. Your thoughts?
They're up 23 at one point. They had lost 5 in a row coming into today, and this was their senior day, so I kind of started putting my antennas up. Right, these teams that are struggling coming into their final home game, maybe it's like a one last get up spot. So Loyola Maryland, they got up and they drilled them. This was never in doubt, to your point.
Yeah.
It was an annihilation.
Yeah, system's just not necessarily rolling here right now. But Simon in the chat says you guys gonna be in Vegas this year.
Yes.
I mean, is the sky blue? All right. Look. Gear up for March Madness with Merch Madness, promo code Madness for 20% off. Look, I got this Mike Leach shirt on right now. That's our boy. May he rest in peace. We got those shirts. Everything else. I mean, I wagered today t-shirts, Pick Dundee t-shirts, everything you could think of. Eat shit pit t-shirts. Get it now before the promo code is done at Madness. Once again is the promo code. SGPN merch store. You can go there, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, or you can get the SGPN app. And alluding to that, that yes, we will be in Vegas. We are doing a show from Stadium Swim at the Circa. Yes. If you haven't been there. Next up. What's that?
I said it's a pretty good spot.
Yeah. It's how I envision my version of heaven. Yeah. Yep. Next up, we got a game that we locked up. Try to tell the world that there's this guy out there who's a goddamn assassin. All right. And his name is Slick Rick fucking Pitino. Triple lock on the Johnnies because Bienick was with us. St. John's 89, UConn 75. And a chill filled the chat. very quiet in here. Very quiet in here.
The Yukon Colt is disappeared into the wind. They're going to Red Sox and Yankees spring training. They're already checked out.
18-point halftime lead. Could have been 22. You know. Hold on. Let me just dive into this a little bit more. Let's see. 17 turnovers to 11. Second chance point. St. John's won that. Points in the paint. St. John's won that. They were dead even in rebounding, but St. John's had more assists, 5 more steals than them, more blocks as well. Shot better from the 3-point line. About a wash at the free throw line. Shot better from the field. I don't see really any. Is there a stat that they're supposed to be better than? I mean, come on, Danny Hurley. You can only dream one day you will be on Slick Rick's level.
Another
and a good day to you.
They lost a crowd. Remember they were going to take over the Garden again? That shit wasn't even close to a UConn neutral game. That was all Johnny's. I mean, it was 75-25. We said it. I said Bienick disagreed with me 2 weeks ago when they played. I said UConn can't beat them. If they didn't beat them in stores that night when St. John's couldn't throw it in the fucking ocean and they were up 15, they're not beating them because it looked like men versus boys. Just watching fucking St. John's physicality.
Oh, watching Caravan try to shoot a 3 and Kadari Richmond just not falling for the pump fake and just blocking his ass.
Yeah, like
fucking fantastic.
One team is just better, and they finally made a couple jump shots, and we saw what happens when they actually make some jump shots.
And they shot great. You know, this is a team that has struggled from the free throw line. Some they're 21 of 27 today, so great from the line too.
It just shows how quickly you can flip it too. I mean, and what Patino's last year in the Big East was at Louisville. They won that. They go on to win the national championship. Then he goes to the ACC. Then he gets banned for life. Then he goes to Greece, Iona. Now he's back and he's already at the top of the Big East again. The guy is the best coach in the sport, and the way that he's adapted with multiple.
I don't even think anyone's close.
I'm telling you, I don't want to jump the gun, but if they get to a Final Four, it's going to be hard not to say he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
If he takes St. John's to the Final Four, after Providence to the Final Four, one at Louisville, one at Kentucky, he skipped to the NBA for a couple years. I mean, and then he got executed for bullshit. I mean, he just has a way of getting everybody to buy in, and what to have the Johnnies in year 2. By far the best team in the Big East, selling out Madison Square Garden. Are you shitting me? This is incredible, this story.
Yeah. Brad says, are you still hot today? You're goddamn right, buddy. 13-8 on my wagers. Yeah, you're goddamn right. And it started with St. John's because that was easy.
What's on UConn going forward, in all seriousness?
What was the question? You cut out for a second there.
What are your thoughts on UConn?
I don't think they're that good this year. I think they're a team that could lose in the first round. I look at the remaining schedule and I'm like, home versus Georgetown, at Providence. Who knows about that game? Home to Marquette. They could lose that. Home to Seton Hall, but they should be able to get in. They should be able to get in and be in the mix safely, I think.
I'm with you. I think round of 64 exit. Maybe they can get to the round of 32, but they whiffed on the portal. I mean, Aiden Mahaney's been a bust. He can't even get on the floor.
Yeah, that's shocking. After I was like, damn, they landed him. That's a great get, but it.
St. Mary's really gets him.
Yeah,
fucking rolling through the Zags again. So yeah, it's unbelievable. St. John's
good point.
Really good. Yeah, St. John's really good. UConn, they're just an average team this year.
Shout out to Parlay P giving us $10. Shout out to Matt, Colby, and Liam for releasing St. John's early in last night's show. Amen. Shout out to Liam as well. I'm a little bit mad at myself, and if you dialed 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, I apologize to my clientele. I wanted to lock up North Texas, and you scared me off when you went in on South Florida, so I stayed away. North Texas covered. I didn't watch any of this game. What happened here?
It's a hilarious game. North Texas was dominating. They're up 18. South Florida comes all the way back and ties the fucking game up with like 3 minutes left, and then somehow they don't cover. Crazy game. This was a wild game.
Shout out. Yeah, Sundays are tough for me because I do the family thing, but I made sure I was going to catch the UConn St. John's game. I regret not betting this because I should have bet this. I felt decent about this. Nice play on the Bucknell play. I stayed away. Bucknell drilled Army by 31. What's happening in the Patriot League? You're getting a lot of blowouts all of a sudden in the Patriot League.
What's happening in the Patriot League? I handicapped this fucking thing perfectly. Let's
31
go.
point win. Good Lord.
I see Lehigh. Fucking Lehigh,
you were on Lehigh. I have tickets on both first and second place with a nice cushion. Let's go.
I did pick Colgate, I think, fourth, which I think they are going to finish fourth. Did you see what happened?
John Basco. What's that? No, what happened?
Did the crowd off the charts? A-Rod. Yes, A-Rod. Like the Alex Rodriguez was at the game courtside. Hits a fucking half court shot to win $10,000 for a student. Place is going bonkers. Alex,
I'm so confused here. Is he got a kid that's going to Bucknell?
No, I think it's one of his business partners. Like he did an event in the Pennsylvania, New York area on Saturday. And then his buddy, like, I guess is a big donor at Bucknell. But John Griffin at Bucknell, like they had that shit jumping today for Army national TV. That A-Rod hits a half court shot. Talk about good PR for the program. I mean,
hell yeah.
You get Alex Rodriguez at your fucking game at Bucknell Army. I was like, is that fucking A-Rod?
That's amazing. I didn't really court shot, but it was on mute. It was on mute here at the house. I mean, I had the North Texas game on, but I was, so I got the studio here.
Yeah.
I was in the main part of the house just with one TV, so it kind of just kept it on the St. John's game. And then I went to my parents. So it was only I could only play one game at a time, essentially. I locked up IUPUI, flew solo, covered the 9.5, only lost by 4 against Northern Kentucky.
They're busted up.
Oh yeah, and we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Thank God. Jesus Christ.
I thought they were playing Long Island next, but it turns out they're not. I had to check the schedule to make sure we weren't up to things where the screws are loose and the buses fucking blow up. You know what we do here? What the hell happened here? That seems like a major malfunction.
Bienick's a fucking college basketball national insider today.
I've been on great job by the way on that. But I've been on a lot of shitty buses. Thank God they've never blown up.
Yeah.
If anyone that's ever had to take the bus in LA, I do think that is the 7th layer of hell. Just the amount of homeless people shitting their pants and fighting. It's one of the worst experiences on planet Earth, at least in America. Top 5 worst experience in America, I think. Bienick, who's the mechanic? Who we coming after here?
I don't know any of that stuff. But if there's anybody that is watching on YouTube and does not follow us on Twitter or anything like that, we actually, I think I tweeted this too early. Their school president didn't even know about this yet. So
Bienick was breaking it before the president.
Yeah, I mean, currently it's spinning, but the bus caught on fire en route back from their game after the Northern Kentucky. They were playing in Northern Kentucky.
When's the last time this goddamn thing got an oil change? All right,
I don't know.
It's crazy. I'm just glad we can make a joke because nobody got fucking hurt. But God, in all seriousness, thank God nobody got hurt. That could have been fucking serious.
Dude, how the fuck does this happen? And
How
in
does it?
2025, you're like,
Look at that
is
thing.
it a team bus or do they like? Do they just? Is this like do they rent one? Like I had some friends
Probably the
take.
company. Yeah, that's a rental company.
Yeah, maybe they don't do business anymore. Ben Carey cracking me up. Shout out to Ben Carey with his comment there.
Look at that thing though, man.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a bullshit. Like it caught a little bit of fire. The whole fucking thing got fucking burned down.
How the fuck does that happen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So here's the deal. Like, we're really good friends with an associate athletic director. I think that's his title at IU Indy now. We met him in Vegas last year, and I've stayed in touch with him throughout, and he's a fan of the show. So it's just obviously not a great situation here. Here's like the aftermath of this. This is the original picture that he sent me when it had happened.
I had like PTSD of our bus breaking down at Austin Peay. Didn't blow up, thank God, but like I remember that shit. Oh.
So like I included in the post that like some players lost their phones in the fire, like they left their phones on the bus, and like wallets were burned up, but also like they lost their roadies, so road uniforms, practice jerseys, shoes, gear, that all got burned up. They're not doing anything public because they still have gear to play in. They still have their home stuff and whatever they didn't take on the road trip. But I mean, Jared's been good to us. He's donated or tipped us quite a few times. I shared the link in the YouTube chat. It's also going to be in the YouTube and podcast description. If you guys want to gift or donate to their basketball program, that is the link to do so. They are not publicly asking for anything, but I figured it's just the right thing to do, as this tweet has absolutely popped off. So it's on the Twitter account, on our YouTube, going to be on the podcast description. So if you are one that wants to help them out, go ahead and do so.
Yeah, I mean, get them some uniforms, some shirts. God damn it, get them a new bus driver and a new company too. I mean, I don't understand how the fuck this happens. This isn't Daytona 500 or some shit, like how I mean, someone had to fuck up. Someone had to fuck up here, right? No oil, like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not a mechanic, so maybe I should shut the fuck up. But I just feel like
if the worst thing that happened was people's phones got destroyed, then they dodged.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Honestly, it's probably a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So now you're not,
and on that fucking TikTok bullshit.
You just destroyed some evidence, all right? that your girl could have found. All right.
They won't be on the next wave of the gambling scandal. Fresno State's bus should have blew up.
Maybe this was maybe we should investigate the players. Maybe one of the players was like, God damn it, my girl knows I've been cheating. What's the best thing? What's the best thing I can do? She's gonna read my text. Let's burn this whole fucking bus up. Let's go. All right. No one's hurt. We can make fun of it. All right. Help them out though if you can. Get some goddamn new voights. All right.
That fucking picture is just crazy.
It is crazy.
That shit. What? Damn.
How did that happen that fast? Where the fuck's the fire department?
When Bienick said that their bus blew up, I go, all right, what happened? Like a fucking little fire that I see?
Yeah, okay, so that's the other thing too. Like the term he sent to me was it blew up. So I'm thinking like engine explosion or something. No, it just caught fire, thankfully. But oh my God.
That's crazy.
Oh man, that's wild. It really is wild. They made me money. Thank you for doing that. Man, we got robbed right here. We locked up Iona. Of course, they lose to Merrimack in overtime. Bienick is right.
Dude,
Bienick lock battle win.
They had a 7-point lead with a minute and a half. Why does this team always do this shit? Like they're always on the right side, and they just go, "No, just."
He's not a good coach, man. I don't know what else to say.
Just fucking have it. Just have it.
Unbelievable. And then you had the Purdue Indiana game, which I watched the first half. Then I had to go out. Sunday's a tough day for me to be able to watch all my hoops, but 12-point halftime lead. I thought I was like, this. I'm a genius. The fuck happened here? 21 points in the second half.
What was the start? They started like a house on fire in the second half. What was that?
Colby's mic went out real quick. I didn't even hear the game.
Purdue, Indiana.
Yeah.
Huh?
Purdue, Indiana. That might be your connection.
Dude,
that might be your connection, man.
I don't know. I was box score and I was bootlegging it.
The second half, Indiana came out like a house of fire, and it was over.
We already went over how I didn't get much eyes on this game.
Unbelievable.
I got hijacked for Richmond VCU women's basketball that they decided to put on CBS.
I was asleep.
Yeah. You fucking beating. You fucking prick. You fucking had that goddamn game available. And
I wonder about you being it because I set the alarm. I set the fucking alarm for St. John's UConn. All right. I had to wake up to catch that thing.
I have to get to the college baseball betting odds when they come out in the morning. So set my alarm for like 8, handicapped it, then passed out again. So
I got you.
It was from what I could watch, and this is limited. Game of runs, Indiana I think was up like 27-7 in the second half. They went small. I guess they benched Ballo a good amount. But I'm going off cliff notes and kind of box score reading for the most part. The headline, dude, Indiana's back on the bubble.
Yeah,
they're gonna fuck around.
Kevin Keats 2.0. Kevin Keats 2.0.
The box score watching was I saw what Bobby Oregon saw. They started 28-3 in the second half. Indiana did, and they were down 12 at half.
What the fuck is wrong with Purdue right now? They've lost 4 in a row now. I guess, I mean, they are very limited.
Also, I don't know what this was all about, but I saw this on Twitter too.
40-year anniversary.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
Did you see the booster? Did you see the booster chair that they put on top of it?
I didn't. That's great.
That shit was like
That's
fucking
great.
Had him looking like Phil Jackson on the sideline, fucking all his shit in that little ass chair. That thing booster was like this fucking big, bigger than the fucking screen. Absolutely hilarious. Dude, great win, Indiana, and Purdue continues to slide. And yeah, Indiana's gonna fuck around and get in the tournament, and it's gonna be absolutely hilarious. Because he's gonna go. I never said I was resigning.
Oh yeah, they're gonna extend him when he goes to the Final Four.
Did you see Painter? Painter was petitioning that he should stay. I go, fuck you, Painter. I know what you're doing. He goes, it's just ridiculous that everybody just wants to write him off and
from one Indiana guy to another.
I was
That's
like,
ridiculous.
Oh, Painter. I know what you're doing, Painter. You're like, I want to still be the top dog in the state. He goes,
he can milk that because he grew up a hardcore Indiana fan, probably watching Woodson, so he's probably a fan, like legit.
Yeah.
But I know he's probably spinning that also. He's doing the hug shit.
Yeah, and Patino does this about everybody whenever he wins. He compliments how good the coaches are. I mean, he talked to Butler tonight like they were the goddamn fucking Butler Bulldogs under Brad Stevens, talking about their next game. It was hilarious. But yeah, Painter trying to play chess and not checkers. He's saying how good a job Woodson's doing. I was like, no, I know what you're doing, Painter. You ain't tricking me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel like I lost all my games almost in a row right here. Losing Iona, lost Purdue, and then I lost South Dakota State, only won by 5 against UMKC. And I'll be honest, this was just the red side because UMKC gave them all they could handle. I score
win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I score monitored this. I didn't watch this. I was at my parents, just pulling out the phone, checking the. Yeah, mom. These fucking kangaroos, they're fucking staying in this. What's that? Nah, we're thinking about going to the zoo next week.
Think about the jackrabbits.
They got the jackrabbits at the zoo. Yeah, they have a whole jackrabbit exhibit. Believe it or not.
They trail with 7. They trail by 7 with like 4, almost like the under 4 timeout. I was like, man, they're really gonna lose this fucking game. But they rallied. Good job, jackrabbits, finding a way to win.
Yeah, and then we ate another pile of shit with Milwaukee against Bob Morris. Did you take Milwaukee with me?
I did, dude. Bob Morris is going to win the league.
One of the best stories in college basketball this year. I honestly think, like, when we think best stories in college basketball, even on this show, which we fucking dive all the way deep, I think we keep putting like Florida A&M, which is a great fucking story. We keep putting Omaha. Bob Morris deserves to be in that mix, maybe even more so than some of those schools that we talk about. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I did not have this coming.
No. Well, this was an example of what you can do in the portal. This is a whole fucking new team from last year. Like, nobody returning from last year. They just flip it. They get Cam Woods from NC State's their horse, and they just got really good role pieces, and the pieces have meshed, and they're 14-5 with 1 game to go. All they got to do is win at IU Indy, and they're going to win it outright, or they clinch a share. But they're half game up. If they just beat Indy, they at least they're going to be the 1 seed because they win the tiebreaker with Cleveland State. It's Indy, remarkable.
Tragic magic, calling it.
Yeah, maybe, but
what, for their wallets?
Yeah, nobody died. There's only
how's their NIL collective? How much money is in these wallets?
Ask Woodson to fucking pay for everything. He's right down the fucking road. He's collected enough fucking money. Ask Ballo to do something. He's fucking don't even play. He's making $2 million.
Tragic magic. What for the company?
There was somebody in our comments. That post blew up and it got to like more of a TMZ crowd. Somebody was like, there was a Purdue fan that got to that bus and they lit it up on fire because they were upset that IU Indy took out the Purdue from their name. Like, just I don't know, wild, but
wild shit nowadays. Yeah. I think Ballo should have to pitch in because he can't even start anymore on Indiana. That's why they blew up Purdue. They benched Ballo today. Forgot to add that.
Only in America. Only in America. Get rich for doing nothing.
Bill Self, take notes. Bench that lazy fucking ears next.
I remember a time, and I didn't have anything against this guy. Actually, he's a fucking really nice guy. I was down in San Diego doing the Comedy Store in La Jolla, and Patty C at the time lived in San Diego. And he was working at this bar. Like, we go to this bar. Fucking Antonio Cromartie comes in. He was on the Chargers at the time.
He was like 10 kids, right?
I think, yeah. But I mean, like, I didn't have anything against the guy. I mean, he can afford it. Better than someone with 10 kids, who's homeless or something. But I mean, he walks in, but you hear you think like, man, you've heard the 10 kids thing. You're like, man, I don't know about this fucking guy. But yeah, you're not. I mean, to me, I don't rush to judgment. I'm like, whatever. He's rich.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd have 10 kids if I was rich. But you do have the negative press with that, right? Antonio Cromartie walks in and buys everyone fucking drinks for like 30 minutes. And then he's cool enough to hang out. So we start talking to Antonio Cromartie. He was cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
It instantly won me over. It's like Antonio Cromartie, my favorite NFL player. But
he didn't want to go home to all those kids. He's like, get around.
Bought the whole fucking bar drinks for like Patty C could probably tell the story better because I got pretty fucked up. He was working. It might have been an hour for all I know, but hell of a nice guy. And he was cool. He was hanging out with everybody too.
14 kids, by the way.
14? I mean, like I said, he signed a big deal. I going back to Ballo, I remember thinking about this and I was like, I thought they had a game in the next couple of days and I was like, he's getting pretty fucked up. But I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like if he keeps buying my drinks, I don't give a fuck.
So what's the strategy behind that? You spread your seeds and hope there's a couple of D1 athletes in there, or what?
I'll tell you what. He was a fucking dog in his day. He was.
Oh my god! Yeah.
He was a premier.
Also, what was in the water and the LA Chargers at the time? Because Rivers, right? Phil Rivers,
San Diego Chargers. Yeah,
I said Chargers. Or
you said LA Chargers.
I did say
it's very offensive to me.
Yeah. They were fucking spreading that penetration.
Yeah, Philip Rivers, Cromartie.
I'll tell you this, man. He was nice as fuck, man. I mean, I didn't even go out of my way to try to like meet him. He just came by and was like, "How you guys doing?" Right? So you end up start talking to him. Nicest guy in the fucking world, man. I understand how all those women wanted him. Nice guy, a lot of money. Of course, he probably has 10 more since then. We lock battled, and I won. Get this Tulane bullshit out of here. Wichita 78, Tulane 67. Your thoughts on this royal ass whooping?
Yeah, they opened it up in the second half. Fucking Wichita's playing well right now. I thought I played the letdown spot. There was no letdown. Crowd showed up again, even for Tulane.
You're in fucking Wichita. You like honestly, even in the AAC, I kind of give them a hard time. Like there was a dumb decision to go there. It was more money, but it's like you're playing none of your rivals. But you're still in fucking Wichita. I mean, I never been to Wichita, but I've heard people talk about it, and it's kind of like a pun. You know what I mean? Like, what do you got going on better than and how the fuck they get rid of their football program? You know, Bill Parcells played linebacker, I think, at their D line at Wichita State. They actually have like a rich history, and they have the Koch brothers went there. How the fuck do they not have a football program? Yeah, endless money.
They need to start pumping some money into that program again for basketball. Yeah. They got to get that thing back to being a top 25 every year, especially in that shit league. They should be fucking. They should be right there.
I'll be honest.
They should be right there with Memphis every year.
They were one of my favorite teams in college basketball for like a 15, 20 year stretch.
Oh yeah.
But when they went to the AAC, I just lost interest.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing Rice. I mean, you're playing fucking. Tulsa's actually the one that makes sense. Tulsa's the one where I'm like, play that more. Yeah. Barry Sanders from Wichita, unbelievable. And their program went away. Like I think it was like 86 or 87 when the program went away. They still have the fucking stadium there, so it makes even more. What are we doing here?
I know Barry Sanders was Oklahoma State, but I assume Wichita was the hometown.
Yeah, actually, I think he talked about that. I watched one of those like football lives that Kansas didn't recruit him, or Kansas State didn't recruit him, or something. But maybe both of them didn't recruit him, so he took that really personal, as he should have. I mean, arguably the greatest running back of all time. You're in your own home state. That happens so often, though. You see that so often, especially back in the day, though, when the world was smaller. Now everyone can take a plane. You get sent a video of a kid you're in fucking Hawaii and you're in
that's what it is now.
Pennsylvania.
You can video and it's super
easy. That's what I'm saying. But back in the day when there's no internet, man, that shit was really offensive. It's like, they're not even interested in me. Are you kidding me? Let me guess. They said he was too small because he was rather small for a running back, but
that's always what they say.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Imagine being that asshole that whiffed on that. Seth Greenberg in football, right?
Well, then whoever said that, he could be on TV right now.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
He's so fucking annoying when he's on TV. God,
That's true. You're still paid for your opinion.
At least Barry Sanders.
I guess he was coach of the year a couple of times, but
at least Barry Sanders wasn't the son of one, a pro, two, the best player in your school's history.
Yeah. True. You should
have taken him by
It's not like Kansas is oozing with football talent. Yeah. It's like you're hearing about this kid who's nasty, and you're just like, nah, he's too short. Let me go check out this guy in Texas.
Steph Curry wasn't even small either. He's in the
it's not like there's Muggsy Bogues over here.
Isn't Steph Curry like 6'3", 6'4"?
That jersey was a dress on him, man. He didn't.
We should talk about this though.
I mean, he was
small
skinny.
in that.
He was skinny, but he fucking shot the shit out of it, and it was like, how is he too small? What?
Our soundboard is going to lose us in a second. I was somewhat tired last night. Forgot to charge the soundboard here. So we're going to not have locked music, but just know I kicked ass the rest of the night. But I want to talk more about this Seth Greenberg thing. Cause like, I know we've dove into it before, but the more I think about it, it's like Virginia Tech's never really been relevant prior to Seth Greenberg in basketball. Even when they had Ace Custis and Del Curry and Alan Bristow, they never really did any damage. So who the fuck are you to pass on shorter play? Like at that point, like Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues and several other small guards, Michael Adams, they'd all made it. Why would you not check it out? That's the edge a school like Virginia Tech needs. It's even more confusing the more I think about it, because it's like Virginia Tech was not relevant at all until Buzz Williams got there, right?
At worst,
so wouldn't you check it out even more because you're looking for your fucking edge, right? Wouldn't you check it out more because you're like, we got to look for the next Earl Boykins because he's nasty. We got to look for this guy because that's our edge, because no one's going to Virginia Tech because we have no fucking history.
Well, because Curry coming out of high school was a specialist. He was supposed to be just a 3-point shooter, but he had an elite skill set in shooting the basketball. He could have been, I mean, worst case scenario, looking back, if you didn't think he was big enough, tall enough, tough enough, he could have been the guy that fucking played against zones, came off the bench 15, 20 minutes, and you ran a couple plays for see if you could break the defense open with a couple threes.
I mean, it's really like one of the most.
How do
I think it's worse.
Not even acknowledge that.
Well, especially when you're that, like I said, like if I know Seth Greenberg's a millionaire, I'm not, but I would like to think at the time, even now, but at the time specifically pre-NIL, one of the things, if you put me as head coach of Virginia Tech, is like, we got to find our edges, guys. We got to go out and go deep sea diving. If there's a fucking kid, Shantae Rogers, right? If there's that, I want it on this team. We need to find the edge. They can't, because everyone else in this conference is built in. Duke's built in. And was Greenberg there when they were in the Big East too?
I think he was just ACC.
Okay.
And I'm looking up. They said he was 6'1" in high school. He probably means he was 5'10", 5'11".
But that would be that's what I would tell my staffers. I would be like, we got to attack. All right. If there's a 6'6" guy or 6'4" guy that's nasty at rebounding in fucking Sacramento, we need to fucking check him out. All right. Like, we need to find our fucking edge, because guess what? We have no culture. We have no history. We really have no history. I mean, no disrespect to Custis and Del Curry and Alan Bristow, the old Hornets coach, but there's no history. That example,
the 6'6" guy that's a monster on the glass, that's Houston.
Yeah. I mean, it's fascinating. The more you think about that one, let alone it being the school's best player all time, Del Curry, telling you should check out my son. But I would just be thinking that you need to be cutting every corner you can fucking get. Like, you hear about a kid over in fucking, I don't give a shit where you're, Lithuania, you're sitting there saying he's a dog. All right, let's go. Let's, do we have the money to get him to go scout him? Can they send us fucking tapes? We need to be, thinking outside the box here, because Virginia Tech has no history. But now he passed on it. One of the worst things ever. We double locked Seton Hall, and that cashed. Boom. Xavier avoided the loss because they needed to win this. Backdoor hits for us. I didn't watch a second of this game because it was Sunday. Not that I'm religious, really, but your thoughts?
Yeah, Xavier was up like 20, and then Seton Hall just kept fighting. Seton Hall got it down to 3 at one point, and I was like, man, if Xavier blows this will be catastrophic for their resume. So Xavier has 3 games left. They got to beat Creighton at home on Saturday. If they're going to get in, they got to beat Creighton. They got to win at Butler, and they got to beat Providence. I don't think they can't drop any of those games.
It's got to be. It makes it even better to watch, man. Yeah. Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, SGPN and the college basketball experience has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks. Where were you when I was 24? Right? And it's completely free. Sign up today and use that promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Once again, that's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport. Plus, there's props for every game, and the live dealer casino is a bundle of fun. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. Easy deposits, lightning fast payouts. Using crypto, it's just fantastic. Head over to mybookie.ag. Use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back, and guess what? We made you even more fucking money because Canisius won outright. We took the points and locked it up. They beat Jerry Mack and Siena outright as a huge dog. 93-88. I wish I could say sprinkle the money line. We did not say that. But
look at Siena.
Unbelievable.
How do you lose to fucking Canisius outright? Can't trust Canisius. What they win by the other night? 50?
Something like that. Unbelievable right there. Then, hate to do it to you, buddy, but I was all over this one. You can go ahead and put some anchors on Florida Atlantic and go over, take your little power boat or your pontoon boat out there and put their basketball team on those anchors. Throw them in the goddamn Atlantic Ocean because this program is shit without Dusty May. Lock battle win for Dundee with the Memphis Tigers, 84. FAU, 65.
We just made our free throws, 5 of 20.
Well, the producer play of the day didn't hit.
I mean, my God, I was watching. I'm like, how many front ends of the 1-on-1 are you guys gonna miss? Jesus.
The producer play of the day.
You got one tomorrow?
I didn't go on TV today. They tried to get me on. I said, dude, this is the one day I give my wife, and I even squeezed in like I gotta watch 2 games full on.
And he started texting like these VSiN guys and sports. Hey, what do you like tomorrow?
I even made up some bullshit. I was like, I'm on. I got to travel.
That's what I do with Zach
right now.
Yeah. Zach, who do you like tomorrow? Where's the fucking who else? Where's my Michael B guy and Brandon? Whenever they come in cocky as hell, you always fade them the next day. It's like a 90% winner.
Well, especially like, and no disrespect, the producers are nice fucking people, but like
great guys.
Some of them, like they do not know. Like they're just there to produce. They don't really know the sport. I mean, maybe some sports, but I remember I feel like it was maybe December. One of the producers, I can't remember what it was on though. I mean, he didn't know Creighton was in the Big East. He thought Creighton was still in mid-major. And I was like, no, dude, they fucking joined them. No, what are you talking? Like before we're going on air, I was like, no, dude, they're in the Big East. They're playing fucking. They've been there for a minute. So you're getting the chalkiest of the plays with the producer. Yeah,
the chat is saying you got to fade J-Max picks, but J-Mac doesn't give out picks. J-Mac just comes in and starts.
He gives out one pick. UConn, motherfucker. I'm in the gym pumping iron. We got the greatest fucking coach who can't win against fucking Rick Pitino.
I love J-Mac's a great addition.
He's great. He is great. Shout out to J-Mac. We made even more money, or at least I think you went with me on this. Niagara was getting 7.5. Marist wins by 3. Boom. A free show. It's a free show.
They should have won. He led for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, but they just find ways to lose. Story of the program. Didn't bet this next game, but we took Temple. We knew not to bet this game because this game, the history was very sketchy. UAB won by 16, no bet. I can't believe you didn't go in on a certain Doug Gottlieb. I can't believe I didn't go in with Doug Gottlieb, but I picked it correctly at least. Hey, they gave Youngstown all they could handle, huh?
Did they? We got to give him a little bit of props. They actually are kind of becoming a pain in the ass for some teams. Like they might be a team. I'm not saying they could win the fucking tournament. They can't. He can't. He'll jump off a cliff on his radio show, and there's simply not enough time in the day to do the quick turn with the radio.
That would get numbers.
But I think they could win a game maybe. Like if they catch somebody sleeping,
they could win the 7-10, the 11-6, 12-5 game.
They could knock off one of the top four. The top four, I mean, they've come close here recently. The Horizon always has one big upset per quarterfinal. It's never chalk.
Well, I mean, it's almost like the gambling scandal. Like I know those guys weren't on the take, but I'm saying at least that we know.
In a row.
Well, sometimes less is more. Like he got rid of some of the more skilled players, but if the culture wasn't there, man, I don't give a shit.
The culture of diversity.
Yeah. What do we got next? There's a reason. I didn't bet this, but I know you did, and the hook saved you, I think. But in general, you were on the right side. East Carolina 96, UTSA 89 in overtime. Fucking ECU, fucking Schwartz, man.
If I had lost this game, I might have fucking punched a hole in the wall. If they had not covered 7.5, it's fucking ECU.
We had like 20 games today. 5 of them went to overtime. Crazy.
Yeah.
Thank God ECU was on the plus, because if it had ran into Drake, I'd be like, get ECU off. I don't want to watch this UTSA shit anymore.
I will say this. About an hour ago when I was building the slides, ECU's remaining games. Now, I know we're going to lose probably all of them, but
hey, real quick before you do that, I saw the mock bracket today. You're the 6th seed playing UTSA in the 6-11. You've beat them by 1 and you've beat them in overtime.
But here's the thing. I think by default we're going to be higher as long as we take care of work against some of these shitty teams. We're home to Charlotte, home to Tulane. Well, Tulane's actually decent. We could lose that game, but I think the fact we're at home is big. And then we're at Florida Atlantic. We're competing against Tulane and Florida Atlantic for that spot. But here's the good news. If you're an ECU fan,
don't you want to lose a game?
Potentially, but Tulane has, I think, a harder path. They have to go, I think, at UAB, and then FAU's is, I think, even harder.
What seed do you want?
I would like to get like 4, the highest seed you can, because you're getting shittier opponents. But I don't even know. I mean, we could lose to anybody, but to me, just give me. I think we're good. I mean, I don't know, because it's about matchups, really. It's in the AAC. It's not about what we're getting a worse team or better team. I want to play a team that we normally handle.
Which UTSA, of the top 3 do you want to avoid?
Honestly, I would like to get South Florida early. South Florida will be one that we just kind of blew them out. Charlotte, I think we can kind of handle. Even though the in-state thing's a little scary, but yeah, I don't like those Western teams, man.
Well, my question for you is: out of there's a clear top three, I think: Memphis, UAB, and North Texas.
Oh, I want North Texas all day.
So you probably would want to be the 6th seed then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think actually UAB, even though we just whooped their ass, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe North Texas is like the UVA of the Tony Bennett UVA of the bunch. They whooped our ass, but I just feel like that when they're off, they're fucking off. Like anybody could beat them, right?
You may want you already played them tough, and they're already in the tournament.
Well, no, that's what I was about to say. It's like maybe North Texas is the one I don't want, and maybe Memphis and UAB. I mean, we took it to UAB.
Yeah.
And the other game at UAB, we barely lost. So, yeah.
Memphis won't be as desperate as everybody else because they're already in the dance.
That's true. That's actually, you're right. That's the one that I want.
Memphis actually might be the one to pick off.
So depending on where you got this number, it depends a lot because we locked Ryder and we got 7.5 and that covered because they lost by 7. I think it closed at 6.5, but we hit. So fuck you. The Mount just keeps rolling, don't they?
Yeah, I mean they're going to be a top 4 seed in year number 1. It's an unbelievable coaching job.
They keep rolling. Navy took down fucking Holy Cross in overtime. I lost this. I didn't bet this, but I lost the pick, and I feel I try to get every game right, and I thought I had this right. Overtime's a bitch. We did double lock St. Pete's. Boom. 85-79 against fucking Sacred Heart. It's a free show, and we've given away winners Sunday. I mean, I made you $500 today if you listen to the way I bet $100 a fucking wager. Roughly $500. I think 480 or some shit like that. Yesterday we made you a fortune. Friday we made you a fortune. Thursday we made you money. It wasn't as ridiculous as the other days. But what the fuck? It's a free show. How the fuck are we not on Oprah?
Show me your bets.
By the way, there was like 130 game card yesterday, and this was news that was buried at the end of the day. I think the chat wants to hear us talk about. Did you guys see Andre Curbelo got kicked off?
Oh my god!
I think we briefly touched on it last night, right?
I don't remember. No, I don't think so.
It's wild.
Shout out to Charles Walker. Hey, what up, Charles? Memphis today. I was on it. I know you were on it. Let's go.
I'm never on Memphis. I got a winning record just blindly betting against Memphis every game in AAC.
The chat believes there's ulterior motives at stake.
I will say I retweeted it and I sent the picture into our group chat. Curbelo, because he's retiring or just his career is going to end, highest turnover rate in the country. Crazy.
I mean, what point? He's a young kid. I don't want to shit on him too much, man. I wish him the best. But at what point? At what point?
Yeah, I mean, he's played like 4 or 5 years of college ball,
and he's making money. I mean, look, I don't care whether they're making money or not. Like,
yeah,
part of. I mean, there's plenty of times I did stand up open mics, and you're just getting shit on left and right. So, I mean, when you put yourself in the public spectrum, you put yourself in the public. You know the fucking rules when you get into it. But at what you gotta self-reflect at some point. Being in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, which they're not known for their basketball, not since fucking Clarence Weatherspoon. All right. That alone, after being at some major programs, I think should humble you.
Yeah.
but it really didn't, from what I understand. It really didn't.
It's wild. It's
yeah.
I mean, I saw a clip of that Big Ten championship in the bubble his freshman year at Illinois. He was fucking so good in that
He's
run.
a very talented. That's what your heart breaks. But I'll say this: it doesn't really break for me, like, because I want to root for people. I don't know this fucking guy. I mean, he might be a nice human being. He comes off arrogant to me, but you never know. Like I just told the Cromartie story. If you don't fucking personally know him, you're just looking through a window. But the best thing about basketball that football really doesn't have, you're going to play somewhere. We had Cam Crutwig on the fucking show a long time back. And I mean, he got paid like $1 million to play in like Belgium or some shit. And then he was in China the next year, and then he was back in Europe. The best thing about basketball as a sport is you can make a career out of it. So like he is talented enough. He can play for the next 15 years comfortably and really see the world. There's a book about this. Nick tells me to read all the time. I haven't read this. I need to read this book about a player that played in like 10 different countries. I really want to read that book because I think it's a good idea for a fucking movie. But
he'll get an opportunity, but we'll see if it's the same bullshit though. I mean, if he learns from his lesson, he'll run with that opportunity, and
at some point you just naturally age and the world humbles you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lost a game by 96 points in rec league. I just feel like as you age, you just get a little more wisdom.
Do you guys know where we're going to see him next, though? I'm going to call this now.
Does he have a year of eligibility left?
No, I don't think so. I think he's done. He's going to play for like Puerto Rico and like some World Cup, Gold Cup, maybe Olympics, trials, qualifiers, whatever. That's where you'll see him.
Probably. And he'll probably do great. I mean, he's a good player, but
that's what I'm saying. The potential's there. I like you want to see the best of everybody. So it's like, he seems like a fucking asshole at times, but he's got potential that a lot of people don't have. So I'm hoping he goes to, I don't know. I hope he's playing wherever gives him the most money. And then he realizes he's humbled by that experience. And then he ends up in the fucking NBA and kills it.
Yep.
I'd love to see that. But I mean, I can't believe he's like a fucking walking cancer to describe his college basketball career.
It's wild.
It's like everywhere he goes, it's like, oh my God, this team is going to be fucking horrible. And then you see a video of him and he's looking like fucking Ric Flair, which part of me loved it. Walking on the court like a goddamn jackass. Right. And you're just like, oh yeah, this is fantastic. Fantastic content for us. But it's like at the same time, how the fuck are you not humbled?
2 years at Illinois, 1 at St. John's, 2 years at Southern Miss. What a career.
Played D1 basketball though. Yeah. He is the Kenny Powers of basketball.
I mean, how about the color scheme of some of the jerseys that he gets to hang in his basement when he gets older too? You get the orange of the Illinois, the red of the St. John's, and then some gold and yellow and with some black at Southern Miss.
I will say this. I mean, part of me, as much as I love college sports and I want them to stay at the programs, I really do, because I think that helps. I like the struggle. I like watching the struggle. But part of me is like, man, if you gave me a bunch of money, I would just jump around. Like if I had his options, I would probably jump around, experience the whole goddamn world. You know what I mean? You're not good enough for the NBA, but I would, and even in college, I think, I mean, I probably wouldn't because I would be attached to the coach and I believe in like the struggle. But I also think there's, dude was in Illinois. Oh, we just lost the soundboard. Fuck. Illinois, New York City, and fucking Hattiesburg. Those 3 places, Champaign, New York City, and Hattiesburg couldn't be more fucking different. He's preparing himself for a life in Bolivia, China, Spain, and yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But still hilarious for content. I can't play the lock music, but we survived the double lock with Oakland and Greg Campy, 91-86. It was cool seeing all the coaches. Calipari. I saw Frank Martin tweet out. I'm sure a bunch of others too. Those are just the ones that the algorithm hit.
Yeah.
Oakland wins. We double lock this thing. Sorry, there's no music, but we made money on this. Triple lock. I'm sorry, Bienick. I always forget, man.
Hell of a fucking day. I mean, they senior day there. Campy breaks the record. Just all around, just great day for Oakland and big win. That was a fun game. And yeah, like you said, Campy getting all the videos, getting all the praise. He's earned it. The Kentucky fans were getting in their feelings that Calipari congratulated him.
I mean, what the fuck?
Dude, Kentucky and UConn fans are so fucking stupid sometimes. Like, do you not realize the coaching fraternity is extremely
even if it wasn't tight, like a nice human being's a nice. I've never met Greg Campy, but he just seems like a nice dude. Yeah. You ever lost to someone and been like, man? I mean, I was like kind of like at the moment, like I don't want to really talk about the loss, but I'm saying you still know that they're a decent person, you know?
Yeah.
You might see them the game before, you might see them the game after. I mean, shit, they've been coaching so long. They probably faced each other years previously or at camps or some shit.
They faced in November at Arkansas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was just one game, one crazy night. Yeah, people fans can be fanatics sometimes, but hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's what also makes the sport great. So you can't get too pissed at it. You ate shit here, and I didn't bet this, but I picked it correctly. UCLA 69, Ohio State 61. Your thoughts?
I didn't know it was Bill Walton Day. That arena kind of had a good buzz to it.
Damn it. I remember that announcement.
Yeah. That
a year ago.
CBS.
I even tweeted out someone's got to get me one of those shirts. Damn it. Yeah. I thought I was still going to be living in LA at the time. I thought I was still going to be living in LA and I was going to go to it and get the shirt myself.
Yeah.
Anyone go to this game? I'll fucking pay you money for a shirt.
Yeah. I thought Ohio State was the right side, but they just couldn't make enough plays on the stretch, and then they fouled out of the cover. It was annoying.
Yeah. So I nerded out today. When I got home, I looked at every conference's record in race. All, what is it? 32, 31. Yeah. Conferences, races, and UCLA is actually very much in the mix still.
Oh yeah.
Very much in the mix still.
Imagine if they had not dropped that fucking Minnesota game.
I know. If they had gotten that Minnesota game, they might win the fucking thing. Shout out to 357 lacrosse versus rugby. Which is better? Can you bet on these sports? Maybe Bienick has a podcast.
357's got 3 of these. Thoughts on lacrosse? Do you watch Fantastic Lies on 30 for 30? Thoughts? No. Feel sorry for Duke as a school? Question mark. Why do you hate them? Question mark.
Also,
Kemba Walker versus Kyrie Irving as basketball players. Who's better? Kemba by 10 million for me.
That's an interesting one. There's you're kind of hitting me with too much right now.
Yeah.
For which one first? We need structure. All right, Kemba. Hold on. Go to the Kemba one.
I think Kyrie's better actually.
Well, Kyrie to me is a more skilled player.
Kemba was a better college player, but Kyrie only played 1 year.
But Kyrie's also got the mental side of it where it's like he's all over the place. But
he bounced back though from that. I'll give him credit. He went for a couple years, but he's actually stabilized in Dallas.
I'm with you. I think I would go Kyrie too, but I think I think Kyrie. I'm trying to make a case for Kemba, and I like Kemba's game a lot. But what's the next one?
Kemba at UConn is the case. I mean, Kyrie is an NBA career.
What's the next one? Bienick, show me the next one again. Thoughts about the sport of lacrosse? Do you watch Fantastic Lies? I did watch that. Do you feel sorry for Duke as a school? Why do I hate that? I did feel sorry for Duke. I thought that was completely wrong. A lot of people rush to judgment, and for comical sense, I may have too. I don't even remember, but yeah, you watch that and you feel what? And what was it again? Go back to it, Bienick. What was the second question? Why do we hate Duke? No. Why do we hate them? I have a long reason of hating them.
They're the most annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it has nothing to do with the lacrosse situation. Yeah. I did feel sorry for the lacrosse shit because I thought it was bullshit. I mean, that's such a serious accusation. Anytime anyone gets that, I feel like
it was bullshit.
It's terrible when we rush to judgment, and it goes the other way too. I know that people will say, well, those are rich kids. Well, whatever. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So I definitely felt like that was ridiculous. But I have my reasons for hating Duke. I think 357 is a Duke fan, actually, the more I think about this. I was a UNLV fan, and I kind of hated the narrative they pushed. Now, this had nothing to do with Duke, by the way. I think this was just the national media at the time. But I hated the narrative that they attached themselves to. But also, I mean, I do remember like Christian Laettner stepping on a fucking dude. My brothers. What's that?
What's the recent guy's name that kicked everybody?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it kicked up a gear. The Laettner thing, that was kind of basketball back then. I'll even give that a little bit of a pass because, like, I loved the Bad Boys Pistons, and like everybody did that. It wasn't a race thing either. It was kind of what made basketball. It actually like helped that era and made Jordan into this fucking machine that really made the NBA take off. But in hindsight, it's almost like the Spurrier thing. I hated fucking Steve Spurrier so much, or Bobby Bowden. But in hindsight, they're like good for the sport. But that really, like, I hated it at the time, especially when my brother's a Duke fan. I fucking hated Duke. I still do. But imagine as a kid, you just like rubbing every win in your fucking face. So you fucking really hated Duke. And they always got the annoying white guy to me, never the cool white guy. They never got the cool white guy to me. I mean, actually, Laettner in hindsight is probably like the cool white guy, but the other ones were super fucking annoying. Like
Reddick, Paulus, Shire. Shire was annoying as a player.
Wojo would slap the court. And you're just like, you fucking piece of shit. Shut the fuck up.
Grayson Allen was the name.
Grayson Allen's public enemy number one. Filipowski became public enemy number two.
Filipowski might have been the cherry on top, man. Like it was Grayson Allen was definitely number one, but then Filipowski took it to another level last year with that flop of all flops. And then my engagement with them for a 48-hour span. That was entertaining.
But like in hindsight, when I look back at Laettner, I don't really blame him. I think Laettner was a part of that culture. You know what I mean? Like, I just think when you grow up at that time point in basketball, like at the time that it pissed me off, sure, I was like, I fucking hate this guy. I wanted UNLV. I was so pissed when UNLV didn't beat him the second time. I can remember it to this day, and I still say that's a goddamn charge, even though NC Nick sent me a video of Larry Johnson saying I was checked out. I was already thinking about the NBA draft. I had a bad game. It wasn't on Greg Anthony. It was on me. And I was like, that's still bullshit, in my opinion, because I thought it was a bad call, and I thought they fouled out Greg Anthony, which was like the heart of the team, believe it or not. Like LJ and Stacey Augmon got the press, but Greg Anthony was a vital part of that team. But I really think in hindsight, Laettner wasn't as bad of a villain as you think. Cause like when he was in the NBA, the guy was like kind of like a skilled player. And he was like, kind of like a guy that would go in and do the dirty work. Like you don't catch a lot of white guys doing that shit. And I kind of commend him in a way in hindsight.
And you haven't even mentioned one of the other reasons to hate Duke. The biggest two-faced dude in the history of the game, Coach K, who became unbearable the last 10 years of his career with lecturing everybody in sight. Whenever he would lose a game, he would pull the player aside. This is sportsmanship. Blah. It's like,
wait a second here. Coach K never complained about a court storm.
I will give him credit for that, but he also put on a farewell tour that was unbearable.
Sure.
For the final year.
Sure. They got the ego shit happened.
Oh,
but
it was like a 10-year retirement.
One of the things I like about Coach K, though, I watched that UNLV documentary, and he gives them their fucking respect and flowers. He actually says it's the best college basketball team ever, right? And he said that like he kind of gave them the respect, like kind of like they're misjudged by the national perception. So for me, it made me feel better about Coach K. And he never complained about a court storm. So
he was very good at giving people their roses on the TV, but saying stuff different when the cameras weren't on Coach K. That was Coach K's reputation in the coaching industry.
Yeah, there's not going to
great coach. I'm not saying he's not a great coach.
There's going to be no Grant Hill slander on this show for me. I don't care if he grew up rich, poor. Grant Hill's like, to me, was an awesome athlete. His dad was an awesome athlete, according to my pops, at least. And I think Grant Hill. I have nothing bad to say about Grant Hill. I know the chat saying he was kind of white. I hate all that shit. I don't know, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
The two guys that stand out, Grayson Allen, because he was cheap shotting everybody and tripping people, and then crying like a bitch on the sideline, and then Filipowski single-handedly trying to fucking flop and then get court storming canceled, and then he's windmilling the next fucking game. 2 days
They
later.
also had like I honestly need to like do a deep dive. If I was more prepared with this question, Pulse
was annoying.
They only had him for a short time though, right? Didn't he transfer?
No, he was there all 4 years.
Or no, he transferred to Syracuse after.
Shire was annoying as a player.
Yeah, but to me, they always had the annoying big man, like Eric Meek.
Zubak.
Fuck it. Yeah. And like
Zubak's big ass.
Well, he was the henchman, right?
Zubak.
They had a henchman in like the past decade that bothered me. And I'm like, how do they keep consistently finding these? Cherokee Park's one. But I'm saying like they not Trajan Langdon. They had it was a similar name on that team. But they almost have a knack for the annoying big man. Yeah. Like that, just you're only there like as the white big man like that you would see in the NBA, and you're like, God, how like it, I've talked about this on the show of like the 80s and 90s. There should be a 30 for 30 on how rich. I shouldn't even say white, because shitty big men, because like Felton Spencer, Jerome James, like a bunch of fucking big men got paid that were black too. But a lot of whites profited of just being tall, like Jim McElwain and Joe Klein and Will Perdue and Matt Geiger, just a shit ton of them. What's up?
This is an A+ sidetrack Colby job by 357. I tip my cap to 357.
The Plumleys were so annoying.
Yes. But wait, man, they had a henchman at least in the past 15 years. The problem is their names. It's almost like they form as one in my brain.
Yeah,
they had a guy that was like a complete henchman. He would come in to foul. He would just foul, and he couldn't score in a gym by himself. But you looked at him and you're like, God, he's got a face I want to punch, right? And I was like, Duke, it's almost like that's part of the recruiting tactic. Is like this. Yes. I think Shavlik definitely had one where I thought, man, only Duke would end up with this guy.
Bobby Hurley was so annoying too.
But he was damn good though, man. Like
he was. To
me, it's more annoying when you have the guy that's like there just to be the the painting on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the henchmen they got, you're like, how the fuck are they even on the team? But they're just there to look like Duke, in my opinion.
I'll tell you who was damn good was Reddick. Reddick was unbelievable.
I never had the hatred for Reddick that many had.
Dude,
a lot of people hated Reddick. He played hard to me, and I didn't hate him as much. I didn't hate him as much, but
my top two are definitely Filipowski and Grayson Allen.
I'm still drawing a blank on that henchman. Someone's got to hit me with that henchman. But I think that keys into it.
Nick will be able to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's so many of them. I used to be able to pinpoint these, but as you age and like they replenish like a fucking T1000, right? You're just sitting there like I can't even name that many, and I know I've seen so many of them. Anyway.
It's always great when they lose in the tournament. It really is.
Yeah.
It's when Lehigh. Remember when Lehigh beat them and fucking Mercer beat them?
Yeah. One of my favorites, I think Eastern Michigan got him one year. Bienick didn't exist at the time, but Eastern Michigan got him one year.
They get picked off a lot. They get picked off a lot with because they usually were overseeded because their name was Duke on years that they probably weren't as good. But they overseed them because their name's Duke.
Yeah. I mean, there needs to be that in every, or I shouldn't say there needs to be that. There is that example in every sport. Notre Dame, Cowboys, Yankees.
This might be it. Josh McRoberts.
That is certainly one that bothered the fuck out of me, but it's
not.
not.
Randolph, they would just throw them into foul. You're right.
Yeah. Hold on. It's Duke basketball players.
You know what's hilarious too? All of them in their post careers, outside of maybe Grant Hill, become annoying as fuck in their next career. So they continue on like the entitled Duke fucking run. Jay Williams is unbearable on ESPN. JJ Redick is unbearable with his opinions when he was on first. Now he's the coach of the fucking Lakers. Billis, I'm not a big Billis guy. I know he's a friend of the program, but not a big Billis guy.
Colby loves Billis.
I honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I think Billis calls a great game.
I've soured on his takes. His takes are terrible though.
I hate his opinion that leaks into the game.
Yeah.
He whines.
He
whines.
I will say, like Billis on the storm in the court. I mean, I couldn't disagree more than that. But I think he calls a good game. I still stand by that. Like I still like he agreed with us, Mac, on that bullshit foul in the Iowa State game. He was like, "What are we doing here?"
He ruins it a lot though with his stupid opinions, where he'll like somehow put that court storming shit in his game. He goes.
I know. Well, that's a recent thing. You got to remember, like, what made me like him on the mic. I thought for a while first off, there's no personality, right? One of the things I think we suffer from in general.
Oh, so his personality is let's go 94 feet with.
I hate that.
He's got more person. Hey, say what you want, even if you fucking hate him. You know when you're listening to Jay Billis.
Yeah, he's definitely got some shit to him.
No, I'm saying the call.
Yeah.
It's, I know you guys don't know hip hop, but it's like I can hear a DJ Premier beat from a fucking mile away, right? Mm-hmm. You're listening to Jay Billis when you fucking to me, I know you guys were texting me. I didn't even answer you guys about Carl Ravitch. I don't even know who the fuck that is, right? And I'm saying
tonight guy.
Terrible.
But I'm saying they're all the same to me. Yeah. I don't know the difference, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the difference. So I'm just saying,
hilarious.
It's a different like Jay Billis, Dick Vitale, Gus Johnson. They're on the call in the first 5 seconds. I know who the fuck they are. I know there's personality. 99% of college basketball, and just in general, NFL, college football, I'm just like, God, somebody just have some fucking guts. Be who the fuck you are. Because I hate the shtick. They get the shtick of being so politically correct on everything. Oh, you can't have this hit in football. No, you can't. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's nothing, right? And like you're just dying for personality. You're in a world like, to me, one of the things we suffer from previous generations is you're just dying from lack of personality. It's so corporate that people are afraid of their fucking jobs and they can't be themselves. They can't even be themselves. And to me, when you turn on a game, like we suffer from that every fucking day. Like I don't want to hear. So I look a lot of times, like the pregame, they actually do the close up. Like before they go live with the game, you see them and you're just like, I don't even know which name is which. They're just the same. They're like the T1000s. They're just coming out.
Yeah, that's why I texted yesterday that I actually think Fanta is turning into one of the best play-by-play guys, because I know when John Fanta's on the mic, he brings a different level of energy when he's
Colby's
calling.
ears are bleeding.
I don't really like John Fanta personally, but look,
I used to not like him, but I've grown. He's grown on me.
Well, he also was on this team's court storm too, dude.
Yeah, that was a shit take. I do agree. Goodman's got personality. I know when Goodman's talking. I'm trying to think who else.
Rafferty, Clark. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Rafferty's great. You know that instantly.
Kevin Harlan, you could always know.
But he's a fucking ripoff of Marv Alberts, dude. When Kevin Harlan came out, it's funny. We're so old now, or I'm so old now, between you two, that I remember when Kevin Harlan was a ripoff.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Harlan was like, yes, in the face. It was like, you're trying to be fucking Marv Alberts, dude. Now though, he's done so many games and Alberts has gotten so old that the youth thinks he's the fucking, or the younger generation. I know I'm not considering you the youth. Yeah, they're like, that's the guy. And I'm like, no, he just fucking ripped off Marv Alberts. Yeah. But no, I mean, he's developed better than I thought he would, but I still like,
did you hear Rafferty the other day with Fanta? He said like Fanta was eating something and Rafferty's like, you don't need that. It's like, Jesus Christ, Rafferty. He doesn't give a fuck. Rafferty's the best in the game by far.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good. Now I'll say, you know what was good? ESPN was dumb to break them up. Van Gundy and Mark Jackson.
Yeah, that got weird.
I thought that.
I don't think it was ESPN that was the one that broke them up.
Like their personal friendship broke up. Oh,
yeah.
Something happened there.
Yeah. That one got mainstream. Whatever happened, I can't remember. 357 all time, man. That was a good 22 minutes.
He likes doing that. 357.
Oh my god.
Hey, well, I told you we are a fucking jukebox in a certain. I think I told someone, what are we, a fucking jukebox? We are. I stand corrected on my statement prior. You pay us, we will talk about. I'll talk about whatever the fuck you want. NASCAR drivers, I don't know anything about them, but we'll talk about them. All right. Just keep that money coming there, sweet Charlie. All right. We ain't shit on Creighton. What happened here? Georgetown just gave them all they could handle. It's a 2-point game at halftime.
We got fucking hooked. God, Creighton pushed it out to like 16, but just couldn't get that one last run and win by 20. They let Georgetown back in it, and Ed Cooley, the greatest coach ever, with the backdoor cover.
I love Ed Cooley. God bless him and his mother.
Hey, man. Ed Cooley was a lot stronger than I thought. I used to be a Providence fan. It just turned out I was an Ed Cooley Providence fan.
Even worse is like when you hear about his friendship with John Thompson.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not even like he took the pay. I mean, he did take the paycheck, but I'm saying like he also was like really good friends with John Thompson. So it's like it's even more logical. Like if you put yourself in the spot, you would do it again too.
Anybody that argues that Providence is a better job than Georgetown needs their fucking head examined. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Look at Georgetown, located in the nation's capital, one of the all-time winningest top 10 programs, national championship.
Dude, they brought me into that. Your argument had people hitting me up, asking me that, and I was like, Georgetown? What? Providence is like third best player is Marty Conlon, and I love Marty Conlon, but I'm saying like, what? Are we debating this?
Like, dude, if you don't think that Georgetown's a better job than Providence, you're a Providence fan. That's what you are.
Yeah.
There's no way a neutral person is thinking that fucking Providence is a better fucking job than Georgetown. You're a fucking idiot if you think that.
Daniel Katie, DC is a wasteland. What are you talking about?
Dude, they're the best high school league in America is there. What are you talking about?
And like Georgetown's nice as fuck. Go have some cocktails in Georgetown.
Yeah.
You been to Providence, Rhode Island? I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. Daniel, I think when you went to DC, I don't know where you like Georgetown's nice as fuck. You walk the canals. They got
a private school pussy feel, to be honest. Like
they are a private school pussy.
Yeah.
Like they are a private school. I mean,
they got money.
Yeah.
The entire Big East.
Yeah. The entire Big East.
I can't wait. I can't wait
for
Georgetown to be like back in the Sweet 16 next year, and I'm just going to be unbearable. Saxa, Hoya, let's go, Hoya. Fucking buy a Georgetown hat. I haven't fucking moved to Georgetown in fucking years.
I love Georgia. College basketball is better when Georgetown's nasty.
I agree with that. Even like I never liked Maryland, never liked Georgetown, but I like when both of them are good. It's good for the game.
And they should play each other every goddamn year.
Yeah.
Who was the pile of shit that took that away? Turgeon.
They're renewing it though. Cooley and
I know. Turgeon came in after Gary Williams. Gary Williams would play that shit every year. Turgeon came in and changed that shit. We had a dude. I kicked your ass on battles today.
I don't think I won one today. I got fucked in this one.
Oh man, what a game! This is the two games I had to watch today. Honestly, I wanted to add Purdue and Indiana, but since I knew I was going to be at a one TV setup, I knew I was fucked. I had St. John's, UConn, and then Drake, Northern Iowa, at my parents' house. Drake 64, Northern Iowa 58, and fucking an awesome game. God bless the Valley. Block battle win. Your thoughts as Bennett Sturts, my boy.
What a shot.
Fucking killed it. Yeah. Your thoughts.
I thought he fouled him on the three. I'm not arguing that one. I'm pissed off at the double foul call.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this guy, like, this is the best player for Northern Iowa, and you're going to take him out of the game with 4.5 minutes in overtime on a double foul? Like, come on, man. Like, if you're
that is nonsense in my opinion. Like,
it's happening too much in this fucking game, and I keep saying it. These fucking referees, there's no repercussions.
Where is this coming from? This is not a college basketball thing. This is a society thing. I don't it's like me. I wrote one of our good listeners wrote me or gave me the information to contact the rules makers, the committee in college football. And I wrote a long ass email, never heard anything back. It's similar. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like our buddy Real Money Kramer, he deals with it with his girls on his daughters playing soccer on like a junior high level, and it's everywhere. What I want to know is how do we change this? Like how do we not have just reason? This affects the game. Like, okay, I don't even throw out that Arizona BYU game. That's just a bad call. I'm okay with living with the bad call. I have issues with the way we are changing the sport. We're changing the sport in a very bad way, in my opinion. Over analyzing everything.
The reviews. Yes.
Well, just the amount of flagrants. You look 20 years ago, there was like 6 flagrant fouls called a year. There's like 20 every Saturday. And it's a problem, and I don't know how we got here.
I don't. Helmet.
What's that?
It's like helmet to helmet in football.
Yeah, that's exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Like it is sport proof. This transforms to basketball, to football, to baseball. And I'm just sitting there like, what are we doing here? Where's our logic? Where is our logic on you're playing a sport? If you're not maliciously trying to hurt someone, can we just play the fucking game? Where are we at here with this? That was uncalled for today. It shouldn't have affected the game in the way it did.
like I hate that I'm taking away from Drake's win. Like if Drake had won the game, I'd be like, hell yeah. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Northern Iowa got fucking screwed. You don't foul out their best player on not a controversial block charge call, a double foul 20 feet away from the rim. Like, come on, man. Are you fucking stupid or are you just an idiot? Like, what call is that?
And I can't help but make like a connection to the legalization of gambling, even though I'm for it. Like, I'm just like, why are we calling these so much, man? Like the Arizona State Texas game, and it went the other way in football. Something we've called all year, but they keep diving deeper into these rules, and the subjectivity is unbelievable on this. Like, the more subjectivity, the worse the game is, in my opinion. Like having 10 rules that are that subjective is sitting there and you're just like, what are we doing? What are we doing to this? Like, what are we doing to the fucking sport? And you should just never call that. Like, can't we just, less is more? Less is more. When can we tell our fucking society that less is more? What? We want to watch the games play out.
We want a North Carolina Villanova national championship like type game where they go back and forth, and there's no foul called. There's no controversy. Game ends on a crazy game. I don't know why that game popped into my mind, but it's just like, I get so sick of these games. And like, I know the UCLA Ohio State game wasn't the most exciting game in the world, but there were 3 reviews before the minute 30 mark happened from 2 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, we have been here, and they each were 3+ minutes. So you look at it, there's 2 minutes on the clock, 10 minutes later, there's a minute 39 on the clock. I'm like, so we just wasted 10 minutes and we played 21 seconds because we're reviewing the millimeter of a centimeter to see if it touched.
Well, and the worst part is you're kicking out players that have no business being kicked out. Oh, and to me, that's what I mean is like, it's detrimental to the sport. I could, like, it's like the pendulum swung and it swung so fucking far that it's like, what are we doing? And I don't even understand it in basketball. Football, like, okay, I remember Andre Dirty Waters. I remember like Chuck Cecil spearing motherfuckers. So it's like, I understand it a tiny bit. I still think it's ridiculous though at the rate we call it at. To me, targeting should be like twice a year for the fucking entire sport. I don't think targeting really happens, right?
It's common sense.
Yeah,
like you know when it's intent that I'm going out of my way to try and cheap shot you and injure you. You're gonna know. Not throw out the guy at Wisconsin at Purdue when he accidentally sack taps the guy, or the guy at Texas Tech Houston, which game the rematch is tomorrow, where he throws it and his like arm comes down or his leg kicks out and he hits the guy. Like, what are you doing? Like, just have some common fucking sense, man.
I don't get it. Like, well, my biggest problem is like, how do we correct the problem? I've asked myself this in football because like,
keep tweeting it.
No, I mean, I had to email. I had to actually like, and I don't even know. That's just what a fan sent me on how to correct the NCAA's rules on targeting, and they're not answering me. My thing is like, I'm glad I have a platform. I like to think that makes some type of impact, but I know it doesn't, right? And I just, when is everyone gonna fucking realize that this is ridiculous that we're doing this to all of our sports?
Yeah,
like what was the kid that got thrown out of the game the other day? The Purdue game, right?
Purdue and Wisconsin. And then the other big one was Texas Tech Houston.
What's the lesson he's supposed to learn?
Yeah.
The guy gets kicked out of one of the biggest games of his college career.
Thank God they won.
Where's the leadership behind that though? Like if you're college athletics, your leadership should be like, man, this is like what you're supposed to come to college for, to have these experiences. To have someone take that is criminal. It's criminal to take that for some bullshit. You like that. I just don't know how we're here. I don't know how we're here, and I don't understand how we're here. Like, who's okay with it? Who thinks that should be a thing?
And the
I've never once. I bartended for a long time, talked to a bunch of people drinking alcohol about this. I feel like no one has this opinion. Why are we here? Why are we here? I don't get it. We ate shit on Kansas State and they're fucking terrible. I'll never pick them again. You fucking loser ass fucking program in basketball.
As It would have been nice to know that Coleman Hawkins was injured last night.
You still can't lose by double digits to Arizona State.
Oh, I know they were flat. But yeah, they're cooked. They're cooked.
Unbelievable. We made up for it. We don't have the lock music, but we double locked UCF. It hit. It was a little dicier than I thought it would be.
That was a fun game.
Shout out to Josh. Tailed 32 plays from you weekends, from you fellas over the weekend. 22-10 cheers board. I can't talk. But he gives us $20. I think I had more fun messing with the Jack Fucks on Twitter though. There you go. And shout out to your cereals. You keep tagging me in these old school cereals. They're a lot of fun. Half of these ones I didn't even know existed. But then again, I love my mother, but I'm the kid that never really had Lucky Charms. Now, I'm not saying we grew up broke, but I wanted Lucky Charms. All right. My mom would she'd get like there'd be like a bullshit version of Lucky Charms you get on your birthday. You know what I mean? Like Lucky Marshmallows or some shit. I never got half those cereals you're sending me. I'm like baffled by. I'm like, they existed. I never got those. Why did I not get those? Great shit though you're doing, dude. Appreciate the money. More importantly, appreciate the ears and the eyes. USC got destroyed by Rutgers.
What a just
we
boring,
ain't shit here.
What a just boring game.
I had it on the TV.
Why did they make us watch that in a standalone window? That is a corner TV game. That game, shout out to the Rack. Rack was good, but just there's something about watching USC versus Rutgers in the Big Ten where I'm like, oh my God, what are we watching right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't ever get Rutgers right. They makes no sense this year.
They are. They're. You know what? You know why is they're not playing like a traditional Rutgers team too.
They're the opposite of whatever we think.
Yeah, it's like the Seinfeld episode. The opposite. You know where they
Yes.
Yeah. Opposites. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's talk about tomorrow's games. But before we do that, I want to tell you. Actually, we'll do game balls after this. That the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. People in the chat were asking us, are we going to be in Vegas? Well, look, Rhythm is throwing an epic, absolutely epic. Elvis might fucking show up. All right. He never died like Tupac. Right. And it's going to be an epic March Madness party and you are invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first four watch party. Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. Free drinks. Plus you get to hang out with the guys from the college basketball experience and the sports gambling podcast. We're going to be huffing paint. Shout out to Stadium Swim. They've never had anyone huff paint. We're coming there to huff paint. And it gets even better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one lucky Rhythm user. Just sign up for your free 7-day trial period today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Come by and use Rhythm to help you fill out your bracket and make some bets while you're at it because you're there at Circa, the greatest fucking sports book in the world. And a free party plus a chance to cash a $250 future bet. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for more details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. Come fucking hang out with us. Stadium Swim's fucking amazing. Are you kidding? It really is. It's like that scene in fucking Field of Dreams where the guy's like, Roy, is this fucking heaven? It is. It's heaven. Derek Stevens created fucking heaven. We don't need to look. You don't need to blow your brains out this weekend. You can just go to Circa and go to Stadium Swim. It's fucking fantastic. It's heaven. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, college basketball, they're killing it over there. We're all over this shit. Deegan Hart the other night. We hit on the Eric Dixon shit the other day too, over 21.5 points. They have a college basketball edge that I believe you can't find elsewhere. They also got every other sport you can think of too. Even the UFL when that thing kicks off with their wacky ass kickoff. NBA, NHL, MLB, they got it all. Obviously, college football and NFL when the season comes back around. So sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. We have a lot of games to talk about for a Monday. I should have been bullshitting answering all these goddamn questions.
Did you do game balls?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. I guess. St. John's, my first game ball. Hey, Danny Hurley, you're fucking arrogant and you're wrong. Or at least when you talk shit, be right. You're the second best coach in college basketball. Rick Pitino is the best. And you just proved it to your fucking face. All right. Game ball. Where are you going?
Yeah, I think he jumped the gun on that statement a little bit. He's been humbled ever since he fucking ran his mouth about that.
Oh, and things are just getting started because he's so lucky Slick Rick ain't 64 or 62, whatever his age is. You take 10 years off, you're never winning the Big East ever again. All right. But
great.
No, but you got to wonder how long Rick's going to be there. But go get them stem cell shit. Go get that Rick. If anyone knows Rick Pitino, tell him to dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE. I got him. We'll take him to fucking Bogota. He'll be looking like a 20-year-old Pitino. Let's go. Where are you going?
Indiana. Beating the fuck out of Purdue. Mike Woodson in that little ass chair, alive and well.
I mean, Kevin Keats. I don't know. Who's Mike Woodson? Kevin Keats 2.0 is who I'm addressing,
Kevin
man.
Keats coaching Indiana. They're going to go to Final Four.
Drake Bulldogs. Guess what? You took a D2 team up to D1, and you won a great conference, the Missouri Valley, and you're fucking 25-3. Get the fuck out of here. I love everything about it. Hey, Kevin Keats, next time you bitch about NIL, take a look at Drake. Next game ball.
Or Bob Morris. Look at Bob Morris.
Yeah.
That's my game ball. This story is incredible. One game away from winning the Horizon League championship. They were preseason last. Well, maybe Detroit. But yeah, I mean, you get the
and IU Indy.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
They need to hit IU Indy needs the transfer portal on the bus company. All right.
But I know one thing. Everybody had Robert Morris closer to those two than they did winning the fucking league. That's for damn sure. This is incredible, this story.
You gotta hit the portal. Like if you're not hitting the portal outside of the basketball roster, you're fucked. All right. You gotta be hitting the portal and everything in life. Where are you going next?
It was Bob Morris.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the game ball, and we took a shot at Detroit and IU Indy.
Good game ball, by the way. Wichita State. I talked a lot of shit about Coach Mills there. Kind of think they're like my team to win the AAC tournament right now. Am I crazy?
I mean, they got to the semis last year.
Yeah. I feel like Memphis will lose somewhere along the road. And it's like, who else do you trust? I guess you could say UAB, but they're all over the place too, man. Wichita could win that thing. Final game ball. Where are you going?
Greg Campy. All-time winningest coach in the Horizon. Oakland. Good win today. That was fun.
Yeah, he's the man. All right, we got a slew of games for a Monday, more than I thought. We start out with a standalone game.
So this game got moved. Does anybody know why this game got moved?
I'm assuming the snow in that area. They got hit with the snow, right?
Fuck, I don't see any snow on the radar. And this
No. Wait, it got moved from. When was this game supposed to be?
6.
No. But I'm set. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was a makeup.
No, because Bill and Mary and Wilmington got moved up, I think, an hour or two. Like originally, I think it was supposed to be 7:00.
I don't know.
So was this game postponed?
Better for the CAA. You get more eyes on your specific games instead of all of them at 7.
I was making the assumption it was postponed to the snowstorm like a week or two ago.
Could it be?
Because that area got hit pretty hard, I thought.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Don't know if
I don't know if that's the case.
That was my assumption. I didn't read anything about that. Nothing official besides me being an idiot.
There's 3 CAA games today. So it just, to me, it seems like this was just one of the days that the conference scheduled some games.
No, this was supposed to be a 7:00 game, or this is a makeup game, because I looked at it earlier in the week and this was never at noon.
Well, I'm going to lock up Stony Brook plus 8.5. Hampton's off a gigantic win against Wilmington.
There are 4 gigantic wins. They've won 4 straight games outright as an underdog.
How many humans are going to be at this game?
Nobody. That's why I was looking, because I wanted to see. Oh, so they had senior day on Saturday, and then this is just another.
So then it must be a rescheduled game.
Must be,
unless they wanted the weekend to be senior night. I don't know.
It must be a fucking. Yeah, I'm all over Stony Brook. I think this could be a fun game here. Tight game.
I don't have lock music, but like, Bienick.
Colby, in StreamYard there is music.
There you go.
Like this.
Oh, here we go. Give me that daydreaming
Or
shit.
this.
Oh no, feeding the ducks. Feeding the ducks. We are locking up. Damn, this shit is weak though. Hold on.
The rock one's the best. Yeah, the rock's the
right.
best. That's what I always use. No, not night drive. That shit's whack.
Yeah, I need drugs for that. This one, I think I need drugs for this too, though. But double lock on the Seawolves of Stony Brook. I know human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Get a little pop to it.
Yeah, let's go.
I moved it to the top for you.
I appreciate you. That's why they pay you the big bucks. Wilmington is not in Manhattan. They're in Williamsburg, Virginia, taking on Bill and Mary. It's a great game. Between the
update.
Yeah, I was about to say I was looking at this earlier. The 2 seed is at stake here.
Yeah.
In the CAA, in the Colonial Athletic Conference Association, that is the Colonial Athletic Association. Wilmington's laying 2.5. I'm laying it with Wilmington.
Yeah, Bill and Mary's 13-0 at home this year. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm locking up Wilmington. Losers of 2 in a row here. The experience, I think, gets them across the finish line. They're going to lock up this 2 seed and get ready for the CAA.
Yeah. Once again, guys, let's go double lock. Double lock. Oh yeah. Double lock on Wilmington.
I'm here to help.
Next up, Northeastern is in West Long Branch, New Jersey, taking on Monmouth. Northeastern's laying 1.5. Give me Monmouth.
Monmouth's kind of nice at home, man.
Yeah.
Should we bet them?
Yeah.
I like taking Big Rice, man. Let's go. Let's take him.
And we're just going to keep fucking around with this because I'm going to do dance pop. We got a double lock on Monmouth. This is dance pop. What am I listening to here? Okay.
It takes a second for it to get going.
All right. We got this double lock. Grab your ecstasy, stuff it in your mouth right now. Bring that mouth guard. Old school style. All right. Let's go. Love this double lock on these Hawks. I can just picture these Hawks flying high to this music. Let's go. I need to use the. Why do we even have a soundboard? Are you guys in the chat? Should we get rid of the soundboard?
The juice says I got the glow sticks.
There we go. Moon rocks. I never understood the difference, but yeah. Lipscomb is in Clarksville, Tennessee, taking on Max Boys, the governor, and Austin Peay. Lipscomb's laying 8.5. This is a huge fucking game for Lipscomb.
This kind of feels trappy for Lipscomb, don't it? Off to North Alabama, huge win. Austin Peay.
Wait, but they only have what, 2 more games?
Yeah.
They have a home game against Central Arkansas. This is the one. This is the one. They win this, they're home. Problem is, Austin Peay's been all over the place. Remember when they went and beat Butler at Butler?
It's hilarious.
But they beat him by 28 on January 18th. Yeah, I'm laying it.
I think I'm going to bet the Govs, man. I'm going to fade them off that fucking game where they just made every single shot. Like you said, Austin Peay's got nothing to lose here as a dog. They already got blown out by Lipscomb earlier this year. They've won 4 out of 5, the Govs. Give me the Govs.
Yeah, ever since all that drama with North Alabama,
a different
Austin
team.
Peay's been rolling.
Except when they played Bellarmine. Except when they played Bellarmine. They lost by 30 to Bellarmine.
Well, we have a battle.
Is this the battle music?
Wait for it.
This one doesn't pick up.
Really? I thought you were driving at night. Don't you need fucking like... All right.
This is the Asian massage parlor for everybody. Right here, yeah, this one.
We have a battle in Clarksville, Tennessee.
It's your happy ending here.
Yes, Dundee. It's all over the Lipscomb Bison, if you couldn't tell already.
Mac and I just play the theme song for our locks. We don't mess with all this other stuff.
I like this one better personally. No offense to you guys. But in this lock battle, Mac is going with the Governors. All right. May the best man win.
Robert Kraft will be at this game in his parlor.
Yeah. Don't get hit with friendly fire. Next up, Bethune-Cookman. This line is not right. Is that Alabama State? Alabama State's laying 2.5.
Oh God, not this fucking team again.
I think we should take Alabama State.
I think so too. I mean, they're bottom half of, or actually, no, wait, they're tied to the standings. They won 4 in a row. They got to mix up with Alabama and they've actually been playing good ball.
No, they're a good team. I think we should take Alabama State.
You're not a SWAC Monday specialist.
I'm giving out my parlay tonight. Here's my music. Alabama State -2.5 at home against Reggie Theus and company. Bethune-Cookman won by 3 2 weeks ago. I think they get revenge. Lock it up. Double lock. Listen to that music.
You swayed me with this. Is this the SWAC music?
That's my SWAC music, man. SWAC parlay music. The first leg of the SWAC parlay is out there.
SWAC music should have the jazz.
I do like that, but also hip hop. You know, I know you're from where Eminem's from, but black people had a thing they created called hip hop music, as well as jazz and rhythm and blues. Believe it or not, yeah, they kind of own the music world. I'd say the SWAC parlay. We could play a lot of different styles of music, yeah.
There's only like one genre where I don't think white people really even try to step their foot into, and that's jazz.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I might not have good taste.
You are wrong.
To me, it seems like 85% of jazz musicians are of.
Well, it's similar with hip hop. I thought you were going to say Christian rock.
I think there are more salt mixed into the hip hop world than there is into the jazz. world, right?
Maybe now, not then. I mean,
Yeah.
like there's
80s, 90s, yeah.
What do you consider like there's great jazz music, and then there's like once again just like
Colby.
everything.
Unplug your. It's popping. I don't know what's going on.
Popping. Is your microphone about to blow up like the bus? I was like, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
How are we
noise?
doing now? Is it still popping?
No, it's better.
There
I don't know
we
what
go.
the world happened.
Just for that. I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say.
I feel like you should be doing some meth while you're fucking listening to that fucking space music.
I don't even remember what we're talking about, but all I know is black people created a lot of great music. I was gonna say Kenny G and shit. Contemporary jazz, the worst thing that ever hit the fucking planet. But it's out there. A lot of white people stole money on that. You filthy fucks. That's what really happened. You filthy fucks. That's what it happened. That's what happened to the NBA and the NFL. It got too corporate. And that's why that's the same shit that happened when Kenny G started making records and they gave him a record deal. Same shit happened to rock and roll. How do you explain fucking Creed or Nickelback or something? And the same shit happens with hip hop. Honestly, it happens everywhere. Movies, music, right in front of your fucking face. Doesn't happen with SWAC basketball though, and that's why we love that shit. First leg of the SWAC parlay, right there. Northwestern State is at SELA. Both Louisiana State logos, fantastic work by me, if I may say so. SELA laying, I'm seeing it at 6.5 now. I personally think this is way too many points. I think we should lock Northwestern State.
I'm all over Northwestern State here. The first matchup was a classic. Northwestern State should have won the damn game. They led for a majority of it, and then SELA came back and won it at the end. There's a lot of seeding on the line here. I mean, we talk about how big the Southland is jumbled up. SELA is 12-5, Northwestern State 9-8. So a lot at stake here. I like Northwestern State. Too many points.
Double lock on Northwestern State.
Yes,
way too many points. Sprinkle the money line. Sorry, Keith Landry. Sprinkle that money line.
Back to the massage parlor.
Think about this bet. Think about this bet. All right, Northwestern State is live.
Is this Justin Tucker's massage parlor or Deshaun Watson?
Some dirty business going down here in Louisiana.
There we go. Just listen to it. Think about this bet. Money. Lock up Northwestern State. Lock up Northwestern State. Think about these demons. Same logo, same state. They're going to come in there. They're going to cover. Think about your options. You can make cash. Cash is good. Cash leads to more pussy, more ass. That's what you're going to get. Cash. Clear your mind. Think about girls you don't know giving you fellatio. Think about that. Cash. Good times. Laughs with your friends. You're buying them drinks because you're getting cash. Northwestern State money line. It's all there for you. Dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE. We'll bring you the cash.
I can't wait to read the comments tomorrow.
Oh man, that's just fantastic stuff right there.
Let's get to the picks. Stop with the music.
Next up, we got North Florida taking on the Gulf Coast. I'm all over North Florida here. Lock this thing up too. Let's go right back to the goddamn well. This is ridiculous.
Back to the parlor.
Go down to Fort Myers, Florida. Picture a beach. Right now, no one wants to hang out with you. No one. No one in life wants to hang out with you because you've hit tough times. Then you found the college basketball experience hosted by Pick Dundee and Moneyline McIntosh. All right. And we're giving you free cash. North Florida plus 6.5. With this play, if you put $100 down on North Florida, you will be $100 richer. or $98 richer, depending on what book you use. You will then be able to buy cocktails for someone you don't know, a stranger at the bar, someone passing you on the beach with a nice ass, right? You will be able to say, hey, Colleen, you got a great ass. Would you like to have lunch with me? You will have that opportunity. Double Lock, North Florida. Go Ospreys. All right.
What scene is that from in that movie?
From when did this turn into from like a massage parlor to like an infomercial where we're gonna call you and try to sell you something?
What was the scene? Hawaii. It's hard to get to Hawaii. And he goes, "Hey, nice ass."
He says, "Hey, Corleen." I fucked it up. I said, "Colleen." Hey, Corleen, you got a great ass. Thanks, Pilgrim. Right? All right. Next up, we're getting over to Queens. They're heading to Carrollton, Georgia, to take on West Georgia. And guess what? I hate to do it to you, folks. I think we should lay that 6.5. Are you on? What side are you going to take?
Definitely the Queen side, because West Georgia and Bellarmine are both eliminated. So, did we get any effort from West Georgia? I don't think so. I think Queens rolls.
I think we lock up Queens. We got a double lock on Queens. Look, we're going to Carrollton, Georgia. You out there, wherever you're at, you have an opportunity to make money and change your life here. Maybe your last girlfriend ditched you. She thought you were a loser. Couldn't pay the bills on time. Here's an opportunity to show her she's a pile of shit. Queens, plus 6.5. Carrollton, Georgia. And when you see her with your money, when you walk into that bowling alley, you walk into that bar in your local town, you see her hanging out with some guy you used to know. All right, this is your opportunity to buy both them a drink and say, fuck you, I just made a shit ton of money on the Queens Royals from listening to Pick Dundee and Moneyline McIntosh. Double lock on the Queens Royals. And a good day to you. Cunt. All right. Next up.
This is going to be the greatest episode ever for a Monday slate.
Next up, we go to Jacksonville, Florida. Eastern Kentucky.
Fucking hilarious, man.
It's taking on these Jacksonville Dolphins. All right. Jacksonville's laying 3.5.
This is a revenge game. Jacksonville won at Eastern Kentucky. I love EKU here. I think they're going to win outright. Are you going to play the music again?
Oh, man. You're killing me on this.
You got to do it again. Oh, this show is taking something.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I lack professionalism. We got a double lock. Hey, out there in the world. You know, things aren't going your way. You lost a leg in Iraq, right? Things aren't working out your way. I get it. I've been there before. I haven't lost a leg. Metaphorically, I lost a leg of a parlay. And that's similar. Right? The curl. The Colonels of Eastern Kentucky. They won't buy you a new leg, but they'll buy you money, and money buys you women. I've studied this planet. I've studied this planet for 42 years. And women will suck your dick if you have a lot of money. So load up on Eastern Kentucky. All right? Load up. They won't buy you that leg, but you can add it to a leg of your parlay on the College Basketball Experience hosted by Moneyline McIntosh and Pick Dundee.
Oh man, this is great.
All right. Next up, the Mexicans are heading to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I shit you not, I did not script this music. I thought I would have my iPad, but I'm locking up the Mexicans because
He's clinched.
McNeese just clinched.
Yeah.
And what's happening here? Whoa. It switched a little bit, right? We're locking up the Mexicans. You're with me, Mac?
Oh yeah. Too many points. They just won. They won the league. Celebrated.
Yeah. We got a double lock on the Mexicans. Look, right now, if you're a Mexican illegally, you're going through tough times. I get it. I worked with a ton of illegals over the years. I was never illegal, but I've been there before as far as knowing a lot of my friends, and it was not a good situation. When shit was going down, it was very sad. Honestly, it was sad watching my friends have to contemplate which way to go home to avoid the fuzz. And right now you're going through tough times. I get it. But if you are going to go through shit, it's always better to have more money to get a better legal team. Here's an opportunity to cash in on that. UT Rio Grande, we call them the Mexicans on this show. They're getting 15.5 points in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and we can get you extra money on your goddamn lawyers if, which I'm not rooting for, if Johnny Law catches you. So be smart and lawyer the fuck up and get a better goddamn lawyer and ride Pick Dundee and Moneyline McIntosh's double lock of UT Rio Grande. All right. Next up. Bellarmine is in DeLon, Florida. I am not locking up this game, but I will take Bellarmine. I think they're the better team right now.
It's a hard one to handicap because Bellarmine fucking just got eliminated. They just played their ass off, so I'm going to stay away. But I think Bellarmine is the side. They're playing better.
Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't lock it. I couldn't believe we locked that many games in a row. I swear to God, I thought I would have my soundboard. I didn't realize that I had that many locks in a row. North Carolina's at Saudi Arabia State. Tar Heels are laying 2.5. What the fuck is this number? My first thought is we should bet Saudi Arabia.
Is this the fake sharp play of the day?
I'm staying away.
I feel like everybody's going to take Florida State in terms of just like, oh my God, Carolina's overrated. I'm on Carolina. Carolina's actually, they've showed a little bit of a pulse here. Saudi Arabia got the nice cover on Saturday, but I think Carolina rolls by 10.
Moneyline Mac is locking up the Tar Heels of North Carolina. It's not we for a double lock we have different music, but
we got the massage parlor on the double.
Yeah. We're daydreaming right now.
Yeah,
daydreaming about that cash. Moneyline McIntosh is gonna make you.
Fucking Hubert Davis dreaming of the good times.
There we go. Think about that dance. Field of 68. You could be a part of it. Take the North Carolina Tar Heels minus 2.5, says Moneyline Mac. All right, next up. Texas A&M Corpus Christi's taking on Hitler. Holy shit. What do we have here in Thibodaux, Louisiana? Nichols is laying 2.5.
Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of curious what you're going to do here because were you at all a bit surprised by this one?
That the number was that low?
I was a little bit surprised.
So the first
plugging in the soundboard.
Sorry, I'm over here trying to type in Hitler and that's not popping
You're trying to type in Hitler? I think there's a few pages of them on the internet. Let me tell you, if you type in Hitler on Google, there's a few pages you might run into.
I'm on the college basketball page and I'm like Command F and I'm like Hitler and I go, wait a minute, their team name's not actually fucking Hitler. It's fucking Nichols. I'm like, why is nothing fucking pop up? I go, oh wait, no, I have Hitler on my fucking. I'm definitely gonna be canceled when they fucking. I just got fucking Googling Hitler. I think Corpus Christi gets him.
The line is kind of fishy here. I think the line is telling you that Corpus Christi gets it, right?
Yeah, I'm locking up Corpus Christi outright. They're gonna win the game outright. I'll take the 2.5 though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Think about killing Hitler at the parlor.
We got a double lock on the college basketball experience.
This is gonna be good.
Corpus Christi is a place in Texas, apparently, where you can surf the goddamn waves. Well, right here, you can surf the goddamn flows of cash into your bank account. All right? We've all been there before. You know? Can't figure things out. Want to buy that special somebody something extra in life? Could be your son that you haven't talked to in 5 years. Right? Could have been that gal, Nancy, that walked away from you. But either way, there's a chance for you to make hard cash and buy them that special gift. Remember them, to remind them that you're in their life. All right? And you notice them. Pick Dundee, part of the college basketball experience, endorses this message for you to load up on these fucking surfers, these Texas surfers. Take it on Hitler. All right? They should do a movie about this if they haven't already. But if Hitler would have taken on a team of surfers, he would have lost. He might have been able to take down pussy-ass France. But they don't fucking surf there because they're a bunch of little bitches. All right? But if he had taken on surfing is a sport of nature. And let me tell you right now, this is a bet, a wager on nature. Nature, undefeated against life, human life, even Hitler's. Take Texas A&M Corpus Christi and surf the cash flow back into that golden vagina you've been looking for. All right? Thibodaux, Louisiana is the place where you will make this money. The college basketball experience with Moneyline McIntyre and Pick Dundee sending you home with this double lock. Thank us later. All right. Next up, we have North Alabama's in Conway, Arkansas. I wrote this. I had to write this line down incorrect.
Lock North Alabama plus 11.5.
North Alabama's laying 11.5. I hate to do this, but I feel like we should double lock North Alabama here. They just got destroyed.
Yeah, they're gonna win. That's not in question. Do they blow it open here? You think they're locked in?
I do, and I'm not saying that for the music or the content. I'm saying that because I believe the Lions are going to win by 20.
They are so much better. They are I like Poole and I like those guards. I'm with you. I don't think they look ahead. Who do they have in their finale? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, you got to pull it up.
Queens. That's not really a look ahead. So. Yeah, let's take them on the bounce back. They've been drilling teams. Drop one at Lipscomb, bounce back here.
We got a double lock in the good old city of Conway. Never heard of Conway, Arkansas. All right, but Curtis Conway was a wide receiver for UFC and the Chicago Bears who made a lot of money. You, too, can make a lot of money. If you follow Pick Dundee and Moneyline Mac into this beautiful double lock, I know you're thinking everything right now. What am I doing? Why am I failing at life? Why did I bet on UConn yesterday? When Dundee and Mac told me Slick Rick Pitino was going to fuck up Bobby Hurley's brother. Well, here's your opportunity to right a wrong in life. Conway, Arkansas. That's the scene of the crime. North Alabama, the Golden Lions. Yes, I know that sounds like a Chinese food restaurant you once pulled some ass from. Well, here's your ticket to perhaps going back to that Chinese restaurant and ordering the whole goddamn menu. North Alabama, lay the 11.5 Listen to Pick Dundee and Moneyline McIntosh. All right. Next up, we have North Carolina Central heading into Dover, Delaware.
Hilarious.
Delaware State laying 3.5. Bienick.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in here and take the Hornets.
Chalk.
I'm gonna battle you, man. I like Central here. Getting Delaware State off that brutal Saturday loss where they led the whole game against South Carolina State. They won the first meeting. I didn't think they played well. I think they played well here in their live. So yeah, give me Lavelle Moden. It's coaching time of year for me.
I will battle you on this, but we don't have battle music, so now I have to figure this out.
Rock one again.
Oh yeah.
Rock one's a good one.
Double lock battle, sort of. Mac Dundee on Central, fly with these Eagles, flap those wings. Bienick saying buzz, sting with these goddamn Hornets. Lavelle Moten going to complete the sweep. Delaware State's off a big emotional game. Listen to that rock and roll, baby. American made. I think. Next up. The real Chinese food restaurant is heading to New Orleans. What is this line? What is this line?
Both teams are eliminated.
But Commerce is better than New Orleans.
I think New Orleans won the first meeting by 6.
Is Commerce still better than New Orleans? I watch what I watch. All right. Fair enough. Stay away.
I'm going to stay away because I don't know where these guys' minds are at. They're both eliminated. They're both thinking of that scattered ass you're talking about. Spring break in fucking Pensacola in 2 weeks.
Yeah. You're right. No bet. Give me the Chinese food restaurant. Clark locking it up. I like that play. Just senior night. I bet a shit of a ton of other games. So next up, Lamar heading to San Antonio, take on iDub. This is an interesting spot because, well, I guess Lamar's battling for the 2 seed, correct?
Yeah, and this is a double bye bracket, I believe, right, Bienick?
He's not answering that, but okay.
Do we think Lamar has any I don't think Lamar's going to have any letdown.
I was thinking about taking iDub.
What's iDub off of?
They've won 2 straight.
Yeah.
Give me iDub, no bet.
I'll keep the lock train going. I'm going to lock up Lamar. I think they handle business here. Get that 2 seed. Get that 2 seed, Lamar.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Lamar Cardinals. -1.5 in San Antonio. Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
That's good stuff.
It is nice. APB, Arkansas Pine Bluffs in Houston, Texas, taking on Texas Southern, and just got a doctor's note. Doc Bradley on the injury report says he's out with the transfer portal.
He'll play.
He'll play, and he will kick ass because that's what he does.
This should be part of the parlay, right? Pine Bluff.
Yeah. I think Pine Bluff will cover here. I think there's another one that I'm looking to fade.
Hey, Mac, guess what bracket format Southland has this year?
Do they have the same as Sunbelt?
Yep.
They had that last year.
It's to protect Will Wade. I love it.
He at least earned his 1 seed, unlike the Sunbelt.
Yeah. And you're terrible. You're terrible over there with that opinion. All right. We have a double lock here. So you know what that means.
The women's tournament structured the same way for what it's worth.
We don't need any more women's basketball. all. I had enough of that shit today. And you Google it, and it keeps popping up, too. That shit off my screen.
We have a double lock in good old Houston, Texas.
There we go.
The Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions strolling on into Houston, Texas. Underrated strip club city. Maybe you're thinking of going to the strip clubs in Houston or wherever you're located, and you don't have a lot of money. An old Star, you've known Star for years, but she's never been interested in your $1 bills. Doesn't get you too far. Here's a chance to stuff 100 in that thong. Take Arkansas Pine Bluff plus 13.5. And I tell you, I guarantee you, Star will be a little more interested in you when you shove that $100 bill crisp right in that thong of hers. Take Pine Bluff plus 13.5. Houston, Texas. Part of the SWAC parlay brought to you by Pick Dundee and Moneyline McIntyre. Next up, Morgan State is getting 13.5 in Norfolk State.
This is their one loss, remember? They lost at Morgan State. That's their one MEAC loss.
So you're saying we should double lock Norfolk State? They've already clinched, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take Norfolk State. I'll stay away.
I just threw it out there for just remembering purposes. I'll take the points. Actually, Norfolk wins by 12. So there'll be a rigged cover here. This is voodoo down there. I saw it live last week.
That was true. It was rigged. Next up, Florida A&M is laying 1.5 at Alabama A&M. What the fuck is this line?
This is fishy.
I'm jumping in.
I'm going into the stink too.
I don't have much action on this card.
Florida A&M is way better than Alabama A&M.
Yeah.
And they've been consistent, dude. They haven't, like, even in their losses, they've been consistent. They've been right there. They haven't gave us a shit performance.
Yeah, Cocktail Napkins got this at 5. I'm taking it.
I'm in too.
What'd they do the first game? They beat them by 16. This line makes no fucking sense. I'm battling you guys. This line makes no fucking sense. Alabama A&M's going to pick them off here. I think FAMU is going to come back down to earth like Houston Christian.
We got a battle. Pick Dundee, Noah Bienick riding with the Rattlers. Moneyline Mac saying, let's swim with A&M in a heated battle on the college basketball experience. I like this one. Next up, that is part of my swag parlay, by the way. Howard, what is this line? Only laying 7.5 at Coppin State. Howard won by 15 when they played earlier. Coppin State's fucking horrible. Give me the points, no bet.
Same. Points, no bet.
All right, next up, Stephen F. Austin's at Houston Christian. I struggle with this. Making the slide, I was like, I don't know who the fuck I want to take here. I am going to take Stephen F. Austin minus 1.5, but no wager here.
All right, so Houston Christian has now lost 6 out of 7, 4 in a row. This feels like the Loyola Maryland spot from earlier. Senior day tomorrow. They right the ship. I'm on Houston Christian. I'll lock it. They're going to snap this losing streak. I'm going to fade Stephen F. here.
SFA has a huge look ahead to a home double set of Nichols and McNeese.
Moneyline Mac is locking up Houston Christian. Make sure you check out the CVS if you're going to the game. Good play. Taking the 1.5. Ride the money line, right? Didn't we discuss this the other day? Money line Max saying take Houston Christian, Houston Baptist, whatever it is. Let's go. Next up.
Are we at the game? I think no, not yet.
South Carolina State's laid 12.5 in Princess Anne, Maryland. I will lay it, but no bet because stinks a little bit.
Yeah, we could get backdoored here. I'm with you. I definitely will lay it, but I'm not going to bet it just because 12.5 you can get backdoored easy.
Yes. Michigan is at Nebraska in a huge fucking game for both teams, really. Nebraska wants to dance. Here's your opportunity. Michigan wants the Big Ten title. Here's an opportunity. Michigan's laying 1.5, the over under at 150. Shop around. I did see there was a line with Nebraska as a 1 point favorite, I will say. But to be consistent with the book we used, it was 1.5 when I made the slide. Give me Nebraska. They're fire at home. I struggle with this though, but I think I'm going to end up betting this because I want to watch this fucking game. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think Michigan's overachieved. They've won all those close games to Noah's point. Nebraska in that building and the game they got to have. I'm not betting against it. I'll lock up the Cornhuskers. Go Big Red. The place could be on fire tomorrow night for Michigan.
Bienick?
Nebraska money line. Maybe even alt line. Nebraska's off a bad, brutal loss. Michigan kind of just got their lunch eaten by their in-state rival. And I'm hoping that this is like a reverse jinx or something like that, because I've been pretty lax and not passionately backing Michigan the entire year. I'm not going to change now. They've been having a really good year. Nebraska was my take the entire season, that I thought they'd be pretty damn good. I'm going to stick to everything that I've said the entire year. Nebraska's going to win at Pinnacle Bank.
Mac, is this the producer play of the day? Should we take Michigan now?
No, I think there could be another producer play. One of the Big 12 games, I think it's the producer play.
Triple lock on
the Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
Nebraska, Michigan.
Nebraska -2 on the cocktail napkin.
When it's a triple lock on the college basketball experience, you should put even more money down. Tired of farming in Nebraska? Sick of the climate? You dream of big tits in Cancun? Here's your opportunity. Think of senior frogs. Think of all those beaches in Tulum. You could be on those things, riding power boats, sport fishing, or parasailing with a friend. Cash big and buy some fake tits for someone you know. Triple lock on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, plus 1.5 at home. This brought to you by the College Basketball Experience. Pick Dundee, Moneyline McIntyre, and Noah Beanflick. All right, triple lock. Money, money, money. All right. Next up, Valley State's in Prairie View, Texas. Part of the SWAC parlay.
Don't put them in there.
I was thinking the points as a play here, right? I'm serious.
I was gonna lay it. I think they've quit and they're dead.
Really?
I'm not betting this though. So like I'm not pounding the table here with strong conviction.
Pick Dundee is locking up Mississippi Valley State. Takes one gambler to know another gambler. And we know those Valley State guys were on the take, and I admire them. Because that's what I would do. All right? Not necessarily in every game, but late in the year when you're disqualified, why not take a stab at getting rich, hitting the jackpot? I think Valley State will cover the 17.5 against a terrible, terrible fucking Prairie View team. Look, Prairie View beat them by 9 on January 11th. That was pre-gambling scandal. So you're asking, can they cover 17.5 on the road? Now that they know they're under the scope of the FBI? Well, I think they can. And that's why it's a Pick Dundee play of the night. Dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE for more of these plays. Hold down 555 once my voice comes on.
Niner.
All right. Next up. Oh, finally.
Yes.
A banger.
Mac,
Houston.
is this your producer play?
I think it is. How many people are going to say Houston revenge spot?
Oh, I'm going with the sweep. I was all over the sweep ahead
I'm
of
on
time.
the sweep too.
I think everybody. I think Houston's going to be the popular play tomorrow because they lost him the first time, and McMillan is banged up.
They beat him without JT Toppin
I know.
and
I
their head
think-
coach.
I think Texas Tech and Iowa State are bad matchups for Houston because they can bang with them and they can score. Iowa State almost beat them without fucking Jones and Gilbert. I mean, at Houston. I'm all over Texas Tech. Let's go.
I hate that we're all thinking like
Wreck
this
'em.
because, but at the same time, we are fucking geniuses. So, triple lock. Free cash is available on a Monday night at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock, Texas. How many people have been into the grocery store or say supermarket and had a lack of funds? Perhaps you're rocking with an EBT card. Been there before. Here's an opportunity to buy whatever the fuck you want at the grocery store. Take Texas Tech on the money line in Lubbock at home against the Houston Cougars. Might I add that they're a top 5 team playing on the road in the Big 12. Chalky sides on the Houston Cougs. Betting splits are on the Houston Cougs. I think it's 70-30 as I'm seeing right now. Tune into the college basketball experience as Texas Tech completes the sweep. And you buy anything you fucking want in the grocery store. Let's go. Triple lock.
Are you saying grocery store because of the arena name? Am I picking
Yeah.
that up? Okay.
Yeah. United Supermarkets Arena.
Now,
I'm making the assumption that's a supermarket in Texas.
now, is this next game a
too.
potential producer play too?
Next up, final play on the board, Kansas and Boulder. I will lock Kansas minus 6.5 because no way Colorado's consistent 2 games in a row.
Kansas had to learn something from that first elevation. They should be acclimated with this elevation. They were just there in Utah. Now they're going to Boulder. This has been a house of horrors for Kansas over the years, though, in Boulder in the Big 12, and I think Colorado picked them off one year when they were in the Pac-12 too, right? They stormed the floor.
I think so. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think Kansas is going to start playing a little more consistent, and Colorado has covered like 5 or 6 in a row. I think Kansas pulls away, wins by 10. I'll lock up the Jayhawks.
One last call from the old TCE boys.
Producer play is going to be Colorado the more and more thing.
Yeah.
Home dog.
We got a double lock on the Kansas Jayhawks as they enter beautiful Boulder, Colorado. Have you been to Boulder, Colorado? I ate a brownie in Boulder, Colorado once that I still haven't fucking woken up from. Holy fuck. Maybe you want to buy more edibles or just get high as fuck and enjoy life. Here's your ticket Take the Kansas Jayhawks. -6.5. Don't stay sober in this world when there's so much fun out there. Lay the 6.5 and get high as fuck with the college basketball experience. With Dick Pick Dundee, Moneyline McIntyre, and Noah Bienick. Thanks for rocking with us. All right, that's our show. Top plays of the night. How many of you guys want to do?
We could do 5. There was a lot of plays we ended up going in on.
Yeah.
Make sure you screenshot them all and send them out to everybody.
Yeah.
You know how long that'll fucking take?
First, I just want to clarify to the good people out there my swag parlay.
Do it, yes.
The swag parlay is and I've never hit on a Monday. I want to preface it with that, but I've only played it once on a Monday. So swag parlay is Alabama State, the Hornets, buzz, sting, getting it done. Arkansas, Pine Bluff, put out an old APB on the Golden Lions to come through, covering that big number. Texas Southern. Then third leg is Florida A&M. Yes, the Rattlers. And the fourth leg is Mississippi Valley State, covering 17.5. Let's go. Quadruple lock, parlay, whatever the fuck you want to say. But bet these independently, like I always recommend, in case one eats shit. All right. Now our top 4 plays of the night. Bienick, you seem ready to go. You're worked up over there. You're ready. Fire.
Yeah, top 4 plays of the night. I only got 4. We're gonna go in on Texas Tech +1.5. I mean, these guys beat Houston without their head coach and best player last time out, and now the head coach and best player are both going to be pretty fueled up, ready to go once again against Houston. I like them to win the game. They're getting 1.5 points. Number 2, I'm going to go for Florida A&M -1.5. I just think that line's off. Number 3, I'm going to stick to the cocktail napkin and stick to my gut feel. Nebraska +1.5. They win that game against Michigan. And number 4, I'll take Delaware State -3.5 against Norfolk State.
All right.
NC Central.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. And I will give away 5 plays here. I feel pretty damn good about these fucking plays here. So let's go with Texas Tech, Kansas, UT, Rio Grande, the Mexicans, and North Alabama, as well as final play on the board will be, I believe, Northwestern State covers that number against Sela. Boom. Those are the 5 plays besides the swag parlay, but play the swag parlay because that's what we fucking do. Mac, fire.
I got Kansas, Texas Tech, Nebraska, Wilmington, and Eastern Kentucky.
Like it.
Let's go.
Like it. Folks, give Noah Bienick a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Yeah. Love the slate here. Check out the other stuff. College Baseball Experience rolling. Bienick, they're asking for your top play tomorrow.
No odds are out right now.
Oh, perfect. ECU against North Carolina. Thank me later. Check out the College Football Experience. Just talked about North Carolina's schedule. The ACC dropped their schedules over the past 2 weeks. We talked about it. Get on over there. We got Florida State episode scheduled for Tuesday. So check that out. Also the FCS College Football Experience. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast as well. Don't forget the Ryan and Russ Show. Folks, till next time, this is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.